The Burgundy and Gold are in action. Get ready for feats of wonder as the DC Divas return to the turf. It's kickoff time for the three-time champion DC Divas. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official medical provider of the DC Divas. Know who? Putting government to work for you. Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. Your tomorrow self will thank you. And the official beer of the DC Divas, Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company. Inside the St. James, the beautiful new home of the DC Divas, here are Scott Jackson and Donna Wilkinson.
Good evening. Welcome to the St. James for the 19th season of DC Divas football. We got a special one here tonight. Scott Jackson along with Donna Wilkinson. Donna, you get two big rivals, the DC Divas and the Pittsburgh Passions, and you have this surrounding in this setting tonight. It should make for a great night of football.
Absolutely. This is the oldest rivalry in DC Divas football history. The Divas have faced the Pittsburgh Passion 18 times. They have gone 13-5 in those matchups. However, over the last 5 years, all games have been decided by 7 points or less, and last year the Divas split with Pittsburgh 1-1, both winning on their home turf.
Well, let's get into the keys tonight, starting with the home DC Divas.
Well, the DC Divas have to execute the ball. They have a new offensive system. They are putting this in place with a new offensive coordinator, execution, and getting the job done. Number two, they're going to have to respond to adversity. This is a young team. They've got more rookies than veterans for the first time in team history, and how they respond to adversity will be a key to their success. And number three, they've got to be patient. They've got to be patient on offense. They've got to see what's set up, and they've got to be patient on defense and make sure that if big plays happen, they come back and they're focused and able to get right back on it.
All right, let's move over to the keys now for the visiting Pittsburgh Passion.
Well, the Pittsburgh Passion, one of their strengths is their offense and defensive line. They need to win in the trenches. Number two, they want to be balanced on offense. They are typically a pass-heavy team. They've got to make sure they balance out that run to keep things offensively balanced, and they've got to win the turnover battle. As in any football game, turnovers are one of the keys, and Pittsburgh plans to win that turnover battle tonight.
All right, as we get to the ones to watch, and we start with the DC Divas, let's start with one of their big playmakers.
Well, you have number 85, Katrina Wilson, Megatron. This is the DC Divas leading receiver from last year. She's a perennial all-star. Expect her to come out and have a big night on opening game.
Well, of course, throwing her the football is somebody that's going to be key tonight as well.
Well, yeah, this offense runs through Amanda Congialdi. She's the captain out there. She really has a great arm. She has a good sense for the game. This is her third year as a starting quarterback for the DC Divas. Running a new offense, it will be up to her to get the job done tonight.
And then let's go to the defensive side of the ball for the Divas, too, because they've got an important player over there.
Yeah, Kiana Ford, nicknamed Stretch. She's the vocal leader on the defense, really stepped up big this year. Going to be playing linebacker. It's going to be up to her to keep all those young players in the right positions and to keep the defense moving forward.
All right, let's move over to the Pittsburgh Passion with the ones to watch, and their quarterback, Angela Baker, certainly somebody we'll be keeping our eyes on tonight.
You know, Angela's such a terrific athlete. She was their wide receiver from before, and now she has turned into a quarterback. Expect her to throw the ball, run the ball. She ran for 2 touchdowns last game. She is a tremendous athlete, and she will be running this offense.
Well, as we move to the Passion defensively, there's one to watch. It's certainly a big part of their winning the trench battle.
Well, Zubovic is one of their all-stars. She gets the job done both on offensive line and defensive line. Look for her to have a big game tonight if the Pittsburgh's going to come out on top.
And they have a dynamic duo, Zubovic and Niedermeyer, right next to her usually on the line as well, who's going to be important to keep our eyes on tonight.
And Niedermeyer's their other player, plays both ways on the offensive and defensive line. Dynamic duo, as you said before. We're looking forward to see these guys getting off the ball tonight.
Well, we're looking forward to a heck of a football game. The opener for the DC Divas, the 19th season, and again, here at a special new venue, the St. James. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back as we get closer to kickoff. It's Divas and the Passion.
At DMVSTREAM.COM, we use state-of-the-art live streaming and video production tools to create an unparalleled viewing experience from local sporting events. Whether we're using our 12-foot HD broadcast production truck or employing one of our state-of-the-art flypack kits, our broadcasts always include multiple camera angles, instant replay, live scoring, graphics, and a complete broadcast crew working together to showcase the DMV's finest. Contact us today to learn more about our services and streaming packages. Visit us on the web at DMVSTREAM.COM.
Welcome back. The St. James, the site, DC Divas opener, and the Pittsburgh Passion. Scott Jackson and Donna Wilkinson here with you as we get ready for football. And right now we're getting ready for the coin toss. Donna has all the anthem and all the celebrations been going on here at the St. James, and now it's time to find out who's going to get the football first and get this season underway for the Divas.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful night for football here indoors at the St. James. We're looking forward to a great matchup tonight with Rich Daniel, the former general manager, purchasing this team and bringing him here to this wonderful facility. What a great place to play football as we watch our captains shaking hands and getting ready for the coin toss.
Of course, Pittsburgh's already played a game. They beat Cleveland last week, 26-21. So they've got one under their belt. Obviously, the Divas, this is their first one. It'll be interesting to see if they being a little bit maybe fresher is good for the Divas, or maybe Pittsburgh having that one under their belt will do them some good tonight.
Well, both of these teams have had a lot of changes coming into this season. There's been a lot of turnover for both teams, a lot of young players playing. Pittsburgh has a new quarterback. The Divas are running a new offensive system with an entirely new offensive coordinator. So there's a lot of change. So we're going to look forward to seeing what these teams do against each other tonight.
Sure will. And getting ready to do the coin toss, and we'll find out who's going to get the ball first. And it looks like Pittsburgh has chosen to receive, so they will have the football first. And we're going to see the Divas defense first. Of course, the Pittsburgh offense, one of the ones that we broke down in the open, the ones to watch is Angela Baker, the quarterback, number 82. She was one of the captains out there, so she'll get her hands on the ball first. Last week, she scored 2 touchdowns on the ground, threw a touchdown pass as well, Donna, in that win over Cleveland. So certainly a capable quarterback. We were watching her warm up, and she can certainly sling it around.
Oh, absolutely. And they've got a talented group of receivers with Malarski and Meister and Smith and Kozo. So they really spread the ball around and make plays.
When you play in a new place like this, it'll be interesting to see if how everybody adjusts to it, because it is such a enormous building. I mean, compared to some of the other indoor facilities in the area.
Well, and this is the first women's football game in our league to be played indoors, so it's the first time we've been out of the elements and had nothing but the game to stop us.
Yeah, it's a lively crowd here tonight. It's packing them in here. We're going to see the Passion back to receive. And, of course, a new kicker for the DC Divas, too, we should mention, right? I mean, because this is not the regular kicker tonight, as Madeline Entwistle's going to be kicking for the Divas.
Well, Entwistle's come on. She's been one of our new receivers this year, taking on the kicking duties as our kicker retired last year.
So as you said, there's a lot of new things about this team this year. It's a new era of football. Of course, Rich Daniel, now the owner, not the GM anymore. So it's a lot of things to get used to, and we'll see how Entwistle handles it. So the referees are huddling up themselves. They got their own little pregame ritual. Of course, 5 officials out here tonight. Back to receive for Pittsburgh. So Entwistle's getting ready to kick it off. Looks like
Malarski
Diamond
and Prentice.
Rodriguez. Yeah, Diamond Rodriguez back to receive. Number 12 for the Passion. And Prentice.
Oh, is that Prentice? Oh, no. Oh, no, it's 12.
Yeah, there's a 12 back there, and I'm trying to catch the other number. We'll get it right now because she's going to touch the football. That's 23. Malarski, as you mentioned, going to the right, cuts it up the middle. She's got a little space, pushes across the 50, and she's taken down the gang tackling at the 45. So really good field position here for the start for Angela Baker and the Pittsburgh Passion offense.
Well, the average starting position for field position in the women's football game is actually your own 40-yard line, so Pittsburgh getting off to a really good start, bringing it up to the opponent's 45.
Yeah, good start there for Pittsburgh on the return. And, these are one of the things that, when you don't go live with other teams, your special teams are always interesting in these first few weeks.
Well, having a bye week in your first week is always interesting. We'd prefer to have it somewhere in the middle, but
right.
we'll take it where we can get it.
And Pittsburgh employs that one-back offense. As we talked about in the open, they throw it around quite a bit. little pistol formation, it looks like, to start for Angela Baker under center. Or not under center, from the pistol. And it's a quick handoff on a big hole. And a big run. Still on her feet. She's going to be down at the 10-yard line, so a big hit, quick hitting run play there for Kia Foster.
Divas linebackers got caught up in the mix, and a big hole right up the middle. Burst through for a big run on first down.
So Foster with the big run. Kia Foster gets it at first, and I think they're going to call that goal to goal. Or no, excuse me, it's 12 yards. So they can get a first down, so it's at the 12, or the official spot is. So it's a 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line of the Divas. Baker out of the shotgun, and again, Kia Foster, the lone back, number 34. And we're going to get flags. I think they moved early, Pittsburgh did, and going to get 5 yards back. So break there for the Divas.
Well, this is where the Divas defense just needs to settle down, pin their ears back, and get after the quarterback.
So false start on Pittsburgh. Pushes them back 5, so it'll be a 1st and 15 from the 17-yard line. See if they keep that same formation. Baker is going to have Foster, 34, the running back, behind her. She's got 3 receivers to her right, 1 to her left. The one to the left is Jana Meester. Baker's rolling to her right. Looking, stops, gets caught up, and I think they're going to get a face mask on the tackle. We'll see what the official call is here, but it looked like the Divas tackler might have grabbed the face mask of quarterback Angela Baker. Yes, and it is indeed a personal foul. Grabbing the face mask. Here, let's watch the replay again, and yep, it was definitely a takedown by the face mask, unfortunately. And that was on Jessica Johnson, so they're going to mark it off. And now the ball's going to be spotted at the 10. It should be a fresh set of downs. First down for Pittsburgh. Ball on the 11-yard line. Here comes Baker rolling to her right. She's going to keep it, and she's going to stretch but get pulled short of the end zone. She got it inside the 5, it looks like.
Good job of Jessica Johnson coming over the side and making that touchdown-saving tackle. Diva's not able to keep contained on the outside as she gets to the edge.
They're going to mark her down to the 4, so a second down in short yardage situation. They can get a first down before a touchdown here. They just need to get to the 2 for the first. It's really like the 1.5, actually. But so Pittsburgh marching down here in this opening drive. Baker again out of the pistol with Kia Foster behind her to her right. 3 receivers to her right and 1 to the left. Baker's going to roll to her right. Looking for some option. Throws in the back of the end zone. Caught and touchdown. And on the board of the opening drive is the Pittsburgh Passion. I think that's Kozo Crystal.
Yeah, she's just a really good player.
Here's the replay. Let's get another look at it. Yeah, it's Crystal 40 who gets in there.
Nice rollout. She just gets behind Kiana Ford.
Crystal Kozo, who had 6 catches last week and a touchdown. Looks like they're going to stay out and go for 2. Send the offense back out to Pittsburgh. Crystal with a TD catch, her second of the young season. Baker the TD pass, her second of the season. Both the Crystal Koza so far on the year. Again, similar formation we've been seeing. They like to run it. And we're going to get a timeout, looks like. Yeah, timeout Pittsburgh. Sideline didn't like something they saw.
When you can see on that last drive, the Divas have 7 new players up front. And so with that young team, you can really see they had a little trouble.
Here's another look at it.
Quarterback.
Really good throw by Baker on the run, too.
Yeah, great position over the defenders head where only the receiver can make a play on that ball.
Yeah, got to pass forward on the back end of the end zone. They scored a back of the end zone play similar last week, too, in their one touchdown pass and hook up between Crystal Kozo and obviously Angela Baker. So here's the 2-point conversion coming out of the timeout. Get 6-0. The Passion have won one national championship, of course, and 4 divisional championships. That 2007 Passion team was undefeated as well en route to the national title. The Passion with the early 6-0 advantage, trying to add to it with a 2-point conversion. Baker gets Foster to her right. She's going to roll to her right, throws it, and caught again. Crystal Kozo catches the 2-point play as well. So it's an 8-0 Passion lead to get started here.
Well, Pittsburgh came out and started this game exactly the way you want to. The DC Divas need to sit back and regroup. And as they said, have patience. Look at defense, figure out what they've got to do to stop that run and to really cover these receivers, because Pittsburgh's doing it both on the ground and in the air so far this game.
So 12:48 mark of the first quarter. It's 8-0 Pittsburgh lead. So they take the opening drive. And again, they had a great field position, too. Now, this will be interesting because Pittsburgh doesn't have a kicker. I mean, we were talking about how the Divas are transitioning to a new kicker. Pittsburgh's kicker's actually out tonight. So we'll probably see them go for 2 quite often, Donna, like we did. Of course, if you can execute like that, why not?
Yeah, and in women's football, you have a lot of talented other athletes who play other positions, so you're always able to get somebody to come in and fill that role, but maybe not as effectively as you would if you'd had your starting kicker in.
See how the Divas handle their first opportunity on offense coming up. And the kick is going to come from number 85, Jana Meester, one of the wide receivers for the Passion's going to kick it off, or the punter as well. So Meester, left-footed kick, and it's a short one. Divas got to cover it up. Oh, they kick it around. Uh-oh, and they cover it up, fortunately. And that actually worked out pretty well for Pittsburgh. Kind of a ugly kick that was tough to handle for the Divas.
Well, the Divas were expecting that. Even watching their game from last week, there were a lot of squirrely balls just kind of being kicked around that Pittsburgh was trying to get back on offense. And so they should be ready for that. Maybe next time they'll have their hands team up and going.
Too, on this turf, you know, it's kind of a newer turf. Obviously, haven't been played on much. Ball's going to kind of squirt around a little bit. So Divas on offense for the first time. Our chance to see the captain and the quarterback, Amanda Congelialdi, excuse me, number 6. She's a lefty. The backfield, Deja Scott, number 4, to her right. It's a pitch out, landing around action. It's to Allenzak, and we got a flag on the play. Allenzak's going to be stacked up. I don't know if she got back to the line of scrimmage or not. She might have got a back to the 25. Now we're going to wait to see what the penalty is. Personal foul, face mask on the Passion. So Divas, it's a helpful penalty after a short gain on that play.
It looked like it might have been happening away from the ball from where he threw that flag, but I couldn't tell.
It was hard to tell as well where that flag came from. So Divas moving towards their own 40 now. It'll be from their own 40 with a 1st and 10. Amanda Congelialdi out of the shotgun. She's going to pass it out again. Finding Allenzak. Remy Allenzak gets about 4 yards on 1st down. A little wide receiver screen.
Allenzak, a first-year diva, coming in, making her self felt right away, getting the first 2 plays. This Divas team has a lot of talented receivers and goes really deep on offense.
4 wide, 2 on each side. And the running back. And we got whistles. Looks like a legal procedure. Yeah, the Divas are going to be backed up 5 yards. Deja Scott doesn't stay in the game. Divas, as you had mentioned, they have a pro-style offense now, West Coast, kind of quick-hitting stuff. We noticed, too, here in the early going, at least, no huddling.
Yeah, Divas are going to plan to go no huddle all year. It's not going to be necessarily a fast pace, but it's going to be a little bit up tempo. Try not to let the defense sub as much.
Amanda Congiati back to pass, throws it up the left side, trying to get it over here to Scott, but incomplete. That's going to bring up a second down.
Amanda really trying to get settled. On a lot of her routes, she has options to throw deep passes, mid-level passes, and short passes, and she's just trying to get herself on track tonight.
Excuse me, it's actually third down. Chain gang was a little behind there. Now we got it. Third down and 11 to go for the Divas. It's going to be a handoff to Scott. She makes one player miss, makes another defender miss, and she's going to be close, but about 2 yards shy, I think. Maybe a yard and a half shy when she's going to be marked at the 48. We'll see what the Divas do here about at midfield.
I think they're going to go for it. This is a tough matchup. You got to have every opportunity you can to try to take points. They are not going to punt it here.
Deasia Scott, nice run, about 10 yards there. So brings up a fourth and probably about 2, maybe 1.5. Scott again on the carry, right up the middle, and she's going to be close, and I think she got it. First down.
Yeah, Deasia Scott, she's just a great running back, also a professional boxer. And so in our off season, when she's boxing, she does not come and do all the lifting that we do. She has her own program, but tremendous athlete, just a great running back. Great feet, great legs, and really gets out there.
Amanda Congialdi out of the shotgun again. Deasia Scott to her left. Congialdi back. She's going to scramble. Doesn't find anything. Gets upfield and gets, taken down by the neck.
Little neck tackle.
Little neck tackle after about a 7-yard gain, it looks like, on first down. So good play there for the Divas on first down. Now they're getting closer to the red zone in the 41-yard line of Pittsburgh's. 9:40 to go in the first quarter. Divas trailing 8-0 to the Passion. Passion scored on their opening drive. Divas trying to do the same on their drive. Congialdi again out of the shotgun. Scott again the give up the middle. Makes one defender miss, pushes off another one. Here comes Scott to the near side. 30, 20, makes another tackler miss. Down to the 10, or she's going to be taken down about the 8-yard line. So big run from Deasia Scott.
Scott getting live, and just a great block out there by wide receiver Olenzak, getting her some extra yards. DC Divas offense finally looking like they're picking up and getting on track.
A little bit of a rhythm here for the Divas now inside the 10-yard line. First and goal to goal for the Divas from the 9-yard line of the Passion. Under 9 minutes left in this first quarter. Been an exciting one so far. Fans have been treated to some offense, that's for sure. Deasia Scott stays in the game. Congialdi out of the shotgun. He's going to hand it on the delay to Scott, but she gets wrapped up. That time Pittsburgh was ready for her.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's defense that time. One of the dynamic duo, Niedermeyer, in on the tackle.
Yeah, Niedermeyer, Zubovac, they're two big defensive stars in that front of that line. So far, the Divas have been able to move those players, and of course, running wide has been successful for them too. And see what they can do here on a second now and 11 to get to the end zone. From the 11, Congialdi dumps it off to Scott. Scott in space and gets taken down.
That's
good
a
tackle.
Really good tackle out there by number 12, Diamond Rodriguez, in the open field against Deasia Scott. I know you see that great block, making players miss. Just a great all-around running back.
So third and goal from the 11 for the Divas. This might be 4-down territory, too, with the kicking situation we discussed earlier. Congialdi out of the shotgun. And Scott's the lone back. Congialdi back to pass, looking downfield. She throws it out in the flat, caught, and down to the one just shy of the end zone was
that's
Katrina Wilson.
Megatron with her first catch of the night. Expect to see a lot more of that. She's definitely one of the best goal line receivers that we have with her height and length.
She was so close. I mean, look down, they're like on the nose of the football. It's practically touching the goal line right now. Can't get much closer than that without scoring. So Katrina Wilson just missed getting in there. Good tackling by Pittsburgh. But here's a big fourth down, fourth and goal. Divas aren't hesitating. They're going for it. And again, out of the shotgun, Scott with a carry, and she's going to walk in Touchdown, breaks the play. Divas on the board for the first time in 2019.
Well, and you have to think that the Divas might think about going for 2 here.
A lot of personnel coming out. Looks like they are going to actually kick it.
They're actually going to kick.
They're not going to chase the 2s this early in the game. So Scott gets on the board, fitting that Scott got to finish that drive with the really a half-yard touchdown run. So Madeline Entwistle, her first PAT opportunity of the season. And it's good, just gets it over. So the Divas kick the extra point and make it an 8-7 game.
Well, I was really curious how the Divas offense would look coming out, but they struggled a little bit in the beginning, but found their way once they went back to running the ball, which is what the Divas have always done well through our history. Got back on track and then back into some of our wide receivers. Just great balance to pull that drive out.
Really was, and that the penalty that the personal foul penalty really opened things up because the Divas, I think at that point, had been facing a 3rd and long, and then suddenly that gave them the first down, and they got some life after that. A couple big Scott runs opened things up. Fast start here, 6:47 to go in the first. Pittsburgh leads at 8-7, but the Divas, fresh off of their first touchdown on their first drive of the 2019 season, getting ready to kick it off. So again, back to receive for Pittsburgh will be number 12, Diamond Rodriguez, and I believe 23, Ellie Malarski, who had the big return last time. See where Ensweiler goes with it this time. Maybe tries to play a little keep away. Malarski's going to come up and take it again. At third, she bobbles it, and it goes to another player who takes it up and bowls over her blocker and gets it to the 45-yard line. And that was 36 on the carry there. Hannah Damon, who just kind of plowed over her own player. Getting the football on field from really good field position again for Pittsburgh. They started their own 45.
Yeah, and you'll find with special teams and just the kicking game maybe not being as strong and maybe some of the running being stronger, that a lot of the field position is going to be up here around the 40-yard line, giving the offense a great chance to score on every series.
So Angela Baker, Ariel Smith is the running back this time to start the series off. Of course, we saw Kia Foster last time. And Smith gets dropped, fumble the football, and I think the Divas got it. I think the Divas have come up with the football. In the pile-up, they're pointing DC's way, and it is.
Well,
So, wow, we see a carry from Ariel Smith. There's a weird exchange between her and Baker.
And Jasmine Claggett, big baby, coming up with the fumble recovery. Claggett, one of our young stars, came out to the Divas when she was 14 years old, could not play.
It was a bad exchange, right?
Yeah, let's see, bad exchange. Oh, and you know what? The quarterback saw that the defense was there, and she tried to actually pull it back.
Yeah, tried a little zone read, trying to pull it back, and it was a bad read, obviously. And, boy, big play by the Divas defense. So they really blew that one up from the start. So Divas on offense for the second time. Great field position here on the 43-yard line of the Pittsburgh Passion. Amanda Congialdi out of the shotgun with 4 wides. Throws it over the middle, and it's a 50-50 ball, and I think Pittsburgh might have picked it off, and they did. At least that's a signal the Pittsburgh silence. Now the referee agrees. Wow. Just like that, they give it right back. Tanisha Spencer with the interception.
Yeah, she went up. Good pass. Dana Blakey got her hands on it and maybe helped the defender make that interception.
Let's get another look at it.
In her hand, yep, and pulled it right out. Just made a great play on that ball.
She really did. It was on the receiver's hands. But it was a really good defensive play. As you said, maybe Blakey kind of helped it get into the defender's hands on the way down. So Pittsburgh, just as quickly as they turn it over, back out on the field. Let's see if they stay with, they do. Ariel Smith is still in at running back with Angela Baker out of the pistol, and we got whistles before the play ever goes off. Illegal procedure on Pittsburgh, taken back by for a team that played last week, by the way. They've had a few more of these than I would have suspected by now.
Yeah, well, you know, it's early in the season, and they've really got to just settle in and get focused and get disciplined. That's something that drives the coaches nuts.
Oh, I bet, yeah. You work all week on on these things, and again, in their case, a couple weeks with the one game under their belt. The Divas out here for the first time this season, live game action. So Baker again out of the pistol. This time it's 1st and 15. Smith comes up to her right, and it's a give to Smith coming to the near side. She's got the 5 back and then some as she's going to go out of bounds after about a 7-yard run.
Good
Johnson
tackle there
takes
by
her
Johnson.
out. Johnson finished that play.
Johnson, another young player coming on strong for us this year, has a shoulder injury that she is playing through and just going to suck it up, and did a good job there of getting to the ball for a short gain.
So it'll be 2nd and about 8 yards to go. Yeah, 2nd and 8 after the 7-yard pickup from Smith on the 1st and 15. Again, Smith stays in the game. Baker rolls to her right. Stops. She's going to throw downfield and overthrows her intended receiver. So good coverage there by the Divas.
And that's Whitney Sims putting pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, Malarski was the intended receiver. She just overthrew it. I think you're right. The pressure, hey, Baker kind of rushed that one. She never got her feet set.
Whitney, former fullback, plays a little fullback and linebacker last year. With the depth on offense, she's going to be settling in and playing a little linebacker for us this year.
Big 3rd and 8 coming up for the Divas defense. Chance to get the offense the ball back. So 3rd and 8 for the Divas. Angela Baker of the Passion out of the pistol. Fakes it to Smith, throws it out on the right side. Malarski catches it. She's got some blockers out there. And she's going to be held up, though, and be well short of the first down. Good defense by the Divas.
That's Tania Davis, silent, doing a great job of getting off the block, allowing Ford to come over and make that tackle. Looks like they both got injured on the play.
Oh, no, you got 2 Divas defenders down. One of them gets up, luckily. But one has stayed down. Oh, boy, you hate to see that. I think that the arm got caught in that tackle. Is part of the problem there? Oh, hate to see that. Looked like it's Davis who got spun around there.
And now would be a good time to mention Colin Potts and the ROSM, our official medical provider.
Yeah.
Very grateful for them and the coverage they have for our players, how important it is to get these players coverage and to get them healthy and back out in the field.
Well, that was Ford. Oh, that's, the captain on defense. And it looks like Stretch is okay. She's running off.
And she's got a broken finger, and as always, you're playing football, battling through something, but she's tough, and she will be back out there.
Yeah, she looks good. She came off on her own power. So here we go. It's going to be 4th down. The Passion on their own 34 are going to punt the ball away to the Divas. So Divas a chance to get some more good field position here. And back to receive for the Divas is Deasia Scott. Punting for the Passion is Jana Meester, number 85. Snap's good. Meester, the left-footed punt is away, and Scott's got it. Scott's some room up across the 40, 45. She's got the 50. Stutter steps. The near side 45, pushed out about the 43-yard line of Pittsburgh. So great field position for the Divas on their second drive.
Once again, you see the footwork of Scott. Another one of our just tremendous players on this DC Divas football team.
Well, the setup's incredible. Like she draws you in with the slow feet, and then she picks them up. See what the Divas can do. Again, with terrific field position. Trailing by a point, 8-7 game. If you're just joining us, been a lot of excitement here in the early going. A couple turnovers for each team, a couple touchdowns for each team. And 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in this first quarter of play from this tremendous facility, the St. James. Congieldi out of the shotgun. Scott's next to her. Low snap. She's going to have to hurry. She gets it away, flips it to Scott. He's going to make one defender miss. Up past the inside the 40 now. What a run by Scott, making something out of nothing.
Well, Congialdi just does whatever she can to get that ball away, and
get it to your
what a
playmaker,
great job
right?
just making a play.
Just get it to the playmaker.
Sometimes things break down, and you got to improvise.
Let's see it again. What a terrific play.
We'll take it.
Scott is so tough. She stays in the game. Congialdi, Amanda Congialdi, number 6, left-handed quarterback for the Divas, out of the pistol. She's rolling to her left, and she's throwing downfield. She's got a receiver. Oh, just overthrows her. Just overthrows the receiver on the far sideline. And that was Madeline Entwistle, number 86.
Entwistle, rookie wide receiver for us this year. One of the fastest players out there. And you can see Amanda's athletic ability as she's able to avoid that defensive line and get out and keep her feet moving and still make that pass.
So Entwistle's going to come out. They got too many people on the field right now for the Divas. They're trying to hurry off the subs. They got 3 wide on the right, Congialdi, and the lone back against Scott. 1 receiver to the left. Congialdi's going to give it to Scott, who's going to run to the right. He's going to get stretched out, pushing her way, trying to fight her way to the 30, and minimal to no gain. It's a good defense by the Passion that time. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 9 for the Divas.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's defense against Cleveland last week really showed some weaknesses to the outside. So I know the Divas are trying to get the ball upfield, but they get it out to the edges. They had a couple scores on some jet sweeps. Cleveland did against Pittsburgh. So we'll see how the Divas go ahead and attack that defense if they try to attack the edges the way Cleveland did.
Yeah, Scott's had a lot of success on the edges so far. And, yeah, you're right. It looks like that is the plan against a bigger line. They're trying to run those big linemen and wear them out a little bit. Congialdi back to pass, has an open receiver. She's got the first down and then some. Breaks a tackle. And she's going to get in the end zone. Touchdown, Divas.
Q-tip, Shaquanda Gainey.
What a play. Good throw and the great playmaking ability after the play.
Gainey's sure a top receiver. She's been solid for us the last couple years. Really fast, great speed. Once she catches that ball, it is hard to catch her. You see her turning on the jets there.
Broke 2 tackles.
And some great balance on that run.
So Gainey gets in the end zone on the touchdown pass. Extra point attempt. This one is not going to be good. It's be a little short, so this time the Divas unable to cash in on the extra point, but they take the lead by the score of 13-8. Congialdi throws it to Gainey for the TD pass.
Divas doing a really good job of getting all their receivers in and using their receivers. They're very deep. They've got 6 or 8 receivers that could be starters on any number of teams, so they are going to run through their rotations. And just a great job there of getting into the end zone by Gainey for her first touchdown of the season.
All right, Divas getting ready to kick it off now with their first lead of the young season. Been an entertaining first quarter. I mean, action-packed.
Well, that's what you expect from one of the greatest rivalries in women's football history, Pittsburgh Passion, DC Divas. This goes back to 2003 when we took on the Pittsburgh Passion early in our career. I remember some big games against them. I was a running back in those early days, and it was always a battle going up against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and again, two of the winningest franchise. Obviously, the Divas, the winningest. And
yep.
Pittsburgh, one of the better ones as well. A lot of pride between these two franchises.
Well, Divas are first all-time winningest team in football history. Passion are 4th all-time in women's football history. That's a lot of wins there, folks.
That is a lot of wins, isn't it? So Entwistle, after the missed PAT, going to kick it off for the Divas. And this one is going to go out of bounds. Yes, it is. Unfortunately, bounces out of bounds. That's going to be a penalty at the 31. So great field position again coming up for Pittsburgh, which has kind of been the story for both teams so far. Been able to enjoy some field position. We'll see how the Pittsburgh offense responds after being shut down last time out on the field.
Well, in this Pittsburgh team, you'll notice that a number of their players are going both ways. And when that happens, we're going to see if they get a little more tired. And the Divas actually have some players that will potentially be going both ways as well. So we'll see if fatigue ever becomes a factor or not, and what kind of conditioning these players have.
Well, as you mentioned before, the Divas running wide on this bigger Pittsburgh defensive line and trying to attack those edges. And now you look at, as you say, as this game goes on, we'll see if the fitness level kicks in and the fatigue. Yeah, they're marking it off the penalty, so the refs seem to be unsure of where to mark this football. So I think it's a 5-yard penalty, right, from where it went out of bounds. Is that what they're saying? I think that's doesn't seem right. I thought it went out of the 31, but anyway, somehow it is at the 38. Not really sure. And they're still discussing this. They're going to have to call timeout. It's early in the season for the refs too, Donna. It's early for them too.
Yeah, and we'll leave the refs alone tonight. They do a good job.
To be honest with you, I thought it was just at the 40 when it went out of bounds. I thought unless it was at obviously a higher, unless it had gone out at the 41, they wouldn't put it back. But I thought it just went to the 40, but I might be mistaken.
Can get my NCAA rule book out here.
Yeah. So we're waiting to see what the refs are going to tell us. Well, they're going to leave it there at the 38. Okay. Interesting. All right, Angela Baker will operate out of the pistol. And the running back is Kia Foster, who was very successful in the first drive, but we hadn't seen her since that first drive, and now she's back in the game. 3 receivers to her right. Give the fake to give to Foster. Throws it out to the right side flat, and it's caught and be a little bit shy of a first down, but that's Crystal Cozy, her favorite receiver, making about 8 yards in first down.
Yeah, Cozy's been making plays every game. One of their go-to receivers for sure.
So Baker, they get her back in rhythm. She seemed to be a little out of rhythm in the last drive, but a simple play there picks up 8. So 2nd and 2 coming up. Again, Baker out of the pistol. Low snap. She gets it to Foster, who takes it at the middle, has the first down and a little bit more. She's going to fall down to the 50-yard line.
Great job that time filling the hole by the Divas defense. As I said, this young front line, the linebackers, defensive line for the Divas, all young players. You've got one veteran in there right now, Big Baby. Everyone else young and hungry.
So Pittsburgh coming out of the huddle. Unlike the Divas, they do huddle. And again, Baker out of the pistol. Foster, the back. The give to Foster, the right side, tries it, breaks a tackle, crossing into Divas territory, close to the first down. She may have the first down after what looks like to be a pickup of 10.
Yeah, you see the wide receivers for Pittsburgh doing a great job downfield of really staying on the defenders and not letting them come off their blocks and make that play.
They're going to say a pickup of 9, so not quite a first down. Oh, now they're waving the chain gang down, so it was a pickup of 10. A little delay there from the guys in stripes. That time they had a fullback, Connor Devitt, in there blocking on the lead play there to Foster. Again, Foster stays in the game next to Baker. Another give. No, this time Baker keeps it, goes to the right side. She's got some running room. She's got a first down and then some. Deep into Divas territory, taken down to the 20-yard line after a pickup of about 21 yards.
Well, that run fooled the Divas linebackers. They both came in and tackled the running back that did not have the ball, and Baker uses her legs and her wide receiver skills to get downfield for a great run there on first down.
So Angela Baker, nice pickup on first down. And again, the Divas seemed like really dove in on Foster. Good fake by Baker. Again, Baker out of the pistol. This time she does give it to Foster. She's going to try the left side. She's got a little space in the wide. And she's going to try to cut it back and gets down towards the 15-yard line. The Divas coaches wanted a block in the back, and they're going to get it. One of the receivers on the near side here hit one of the Divas DBs in the back as she was coming in to make the tackle, I thought.
Yeah, the contained player looked like they got pushed in the back just a little bit at the very tail end of that play.
We're waiting to see what the refs are saying. There is a flag on the field, though. It sure looked like a block in the back. We're at the 59-second mark of this first quarter. What an entertaining one it's been. Divas on top 13-8. Of course, these teams played some wild games last year. Yes, block in the back on the Passion, so this play is going to come back. Last year, these two teams split. Passion taking the game in Pittsburgh 32-27. The Divas winning the game here in DC 21-13. All right, so from the mark, they're going to march back Pittsburgh. So what would have been a second down and I think about 5. I think it's going to be a second and maybe 15 now. See where the ref stops. He stops at the 26-yard line of the Divas. So 26-yard line it's marched back to. So it's going to be a second and 15. No, excuse me, first down still. So that was a first down play. So first down and 15. Baker out of the gun. Is going to roll to her right. She's going to look to throw downfield, and she does. She's got a receiver. Cozy overthrows her. Of course she was going to Cozy. Kozo. Crystal Kozo, her favorite receiver.
Well, and you can see their strategy is just really to get their quarterback to roll out, get her into some space, give her a little bit more time, and let those receivers really come all the way across the field. It gives them a lot of space to get their receivers open with her rolling out like that.
So second and long coming up. Just 37 seconds left here in this first quarter. So Baker and Ariel Smith's back in the game at running back to her left. Baker out of the pistol. She's going to roll to her left this time. She's looking for a receiver to get some separation. Throws it downfield. Nice catch and throw by Pittsburgh there, and that is complete to Meester.
Yeah, Meister does a great job just coming back to the ball, getting in front of the defender.
Little option route there, and Meister pulls it in, gets him to the 15-yard line. So it's going to be a third down and just a couple of yards to go. Third and about 3. Looks like they need to get to the 12-yard line. So third and 3 as the quarter is coming close to an end here as we're hitting the 10-second mark. But here comes Baker rolling out to her right. Looks like she's going to try to keep it. Cuts it back. She's got the first down and then some. And she dives forward inside the 5, about the 5-yard line before she's taken down. And the first down for Pittsburgh, and a first and goal to goal coming up for Pittsburgh from the 6.
Man, you can see some of these holes in the Divas defense.
That's going to be the last play of the first quarter, and what a quarter it was. So we come back for the quarter break. It's going to be a first and goal to goal for the Pittsburgh Passion at the Divas 6-yard line.
Good evening, lacrosse fans, and welcome to Westfield High School.
We have a great game in store for you today. The first time in the history of the Capital Classic that girls high school basketball players, the finest in the country, will be taking the court.
DMVSTREAM.COM, the Mid-Atlantic's leader in sports video, broadcasting, and live streaming. Contact us today to learn more about our services and streaming packages. Visit us on the web at DMVSTREAM.com. That's DMVSTREAM.com. At DMVSTREAM.COM, we're working hard in our HD production studio to continue to bring our viewers a continuous flow of new and fresh content. Our studio material includes shows, analysis, recaps, previews, highlights, interviews, and commentary, all about your favorite DMV sports, including high school, colleges, and pro teams. Commercial space and inventory is available for sponsorship and businesses. Learn more about how to join our network of partners at DMVStream.com. That's DMVStream.com.
Welcome back to the St. James. Divas on top of the Pittsburgh Passion 13-8 as we get ready to start the second quarter. However, the Passion with a first and goal to goal from the Divas 6. Scott Jackson, Donna Wilkinson, and Donna, Divas defense needs to come up big here.
Well, here's their first chance.
Baker takes the snap, rolls to her left. She's looking for some options towards the end zone. Everybody's covered. She's going to run it, and she's going to dive and get into the end zone. Nice cutback touchdown, Angela Baker. Baker shows you that athleticism, and she gets on the edge.
Oh, Divas cornerbacks doing a great job of staying with receivers, just linebackers not coming up to make that play on Baker and into the end zone. Another rushing touchdown for Baker on the season.
Yeah, 3 on the season already. Of course, they've only played one other game than this one, and she had the touchdown pass earlier. So Baker puts Pittsburgh back on top by the score of 14-13. And again, it looks like Pittsburgh is going to elect to go for 2. Yeah, they're going to go for 2 again. So Baker with a 6-yard TD run for Pittsburgh. Makes it a 14-13 lead. PAT pending. Try to make it a 16-13 game. Again, their kicker is out of this game. So they figure, why not go for 2 here? You know, the analytics people tell you now you should go for 2 every time anyway.
Right. Mathematically,
here's
it's
Baker.
more points.
That's right. Baker with Smith to her left. Baker rolling to her left. Throws it out and caught by who else? Kozo for the 2-point play. So 16-13 is the lead now for the Passion.
Well, the Passion have definitely established themselves an identity on offense. They like to get the ball to Kozo. You see a little bit of run pass, but they really have their go-to receiver. The Divas defense, they've got to make a stop.
That's 2 2-point plays that Kozo has caught in addition to her touchdown, which was the first of the game. So 16-13 Passion, 14-10 to go. Divas coming back out on offense. Now, of course, the Divas have not been stopped so far offensively either. Divas defense actually has gotten a stop with the turnover. And I should say, well, the Divas stopped themselves, too. They turned it over once as well. So both of these offenses with turnovers. And in Pittsburgh's case, they actually had a punt one time.
Well, in the history of this game, we have seen a lot of back-and-forth games in Divas Passion history.
I think we're going to see one tonight. It sure feels that way, at least here in the early going. Back to receive for the Divas. It's going to be Scott. DeAsia Scott's going to be one of the returners. I can't catch the number on the person on the far side.
That will be Davis, Janiah
okay,
Davis.
So Davis and Scott, all right. And here's the punter kicking off. And it's a short one. Divas get it. They're ready for it, and they're going to have good field position at their own 45.
Ashley Clark, backup wide receiver, picking that ball up off the ground.
So Meester, the short kick, trying to cross the Divas up, didn't work.
Actually, I should say backup quarterback and wide receiver.
The Divas offense for the first time in the second quarter. The Divas coming out on offense. Congialdi's had a good start today. Amanda Congialdi, the starting quarterback, first-time starter. To her right in the backfield, DeAsia Scott, who has been terrific so far. DeAsia gets it left side to the 50. Got the 45, 40, 35, 30, waiting for a blocker, and gets stood up around the 31-yard line. So big run from Scott.
Scott, stop and start. You see Katrina Wilson down there, wide receiver with the big block, letting her pick up some more yards.
So DeAsia Scott with a big run on first down.
Deja does a great job of being really patient when she hits the hole,
Sure
looking
did.
for her cutbacks, letting her blocks get out in front of her.
29-yard run. And again, Scott, the give. She's at the 25 and taking down the 20. Oh, well, there's a big hole there. She'd have gotten past that defender. I think she'd have been in. But a good tackle by Rodriguez.
Diamond Rodriguez, one of their top tacklers coming in, making a good play.
That was a really good play from Rodriguez. She had 9 tackles last week and a sack. So Scott stays in. She'll be the right of Amanda Congialdi, the quarterback. Congialdi out of the pistol. She's got one receiver or two receivers to her right, 2 to her left. Congialdi back to pass, going to throw it in the flat. No, downfield. Almost picked off. Whew. That was dangerous. I thought at first she was just going to dump it off to Scott. Then she tried to get over the middle and
tried to get over to Ashley Clark.
just didn't quite
Just a
get
little
it
too
there.
much congestion.
Yeah, a lot of congestion back there, wasn't there? So that's going to bring up a third down, 3rd and about 5.
And you have to think anytime the Divas are on their side of the ball that this is going to be 2-down territory.
Yeah, you got to think they're going to go for it on 4th if they need to, and you also got to think that number 4 is probably going to factor into this play here. No, it's going out to the wide side, caught, and a cut close to a first down. I think they have the first down. I believe that's Blakey, Dana
Blakey
Blakey.
doing a nice job of reaching out and getting the first down.
Yeah, she got the first down. They're moving the chains.
You know, Blakey's a receiver. She's really coming on this year. She's been a receiver for the last 2 years after playing defense, made that transition, really working on her footwork this year, and good job to see her coming out and getting that first down.
Yeah, you're right. Good job stretching there because she was taken. That was a good tackle. And that was Kozo playing both sides of the ball today for Pittsburgh. Gialdi takes the snap. She's going to keep it herself. Tries the middle, spins around, makes one defender miss, but gets stacked up. Maybe a couple-yard gain. She gets it inside the 15-yard line. They mark her down to the 14.
Gets hard,
3 yards.
hard up the middle. But Amanda also had played running back. She's played corner and safety. She is a good athlete. She is not afraid to stick it up in there and take a hit.
Magic Gialdi looking comfortable today as the quarterback for the Divas. Scott in the backfield. Congialdi barking. Oh, it's a little razzle-dazzle by the Divas. Blakey throws it, and it's caught by Congialdi, who's going to get it down to the 3-yard line. Inside the 5.
Oh, yes.
Wow. What the, she was acting like she was confused. Gets it to Scott, who flips it back to Blakey, who makes the pass.
They've been practicing that
it's a
since
great
the beginning.
play.
Great to see them pull that right off.
That's a great play, and that's a first down for the Divas. 1st and goal to goal now from the 4-yard line. I imagine if you, all the time you probably work on those plays, you want to be able to run them successfully. And of course, you want to run them too. Congialdi, the handoff to Scott. She's going to get the right side. Is she going to get in? And she does. Touchdown.
Too much speed. Deja Scott.
Deja's second TD of the day. So the Divas answer the Pittsburgh touchdown with a touchdown of their own. Take the lead again, 19
And now the Divas are going to stay out and go for
to
2.
16. And we'll see what they do here. 19-16. They're going to go for 2 here, try to get it to 21. Congialdi out of the pistol again, flips it back to Scott. Scott's going to go to the left side, and she's going to walk in for a 2-point play. So Scott does it twice, makes it a 21-16 Divas lead.
Well, when you put something in like that, you practice it every day. You're not holding out for the last game of the season. You're going to put all your stuff in. Divas do a great job coming back and taking the lead.
Yeah, the scoreboard up here wanted to give the Divas an extra 6 points, but I think they figured it out. So it's 21-16, Divas on top. Great response from the Divas after that long Pittsburgh drive to answer themselves. So this Divas offense, in particular Scott, so far, Donna, has been unstoppable.
Well, Scott is one of the best running backs in the league. Amanda has one of the best arms, and we've got a great receiving core. So really it is about execution. And when we execute and move the ball, it is pretty to watch.
It really is, and it's been pretty to watch so far. And 12-14 still to go in the second quarter. It's been in a fast-moving game so far in terms of points. Entwistle getting ready to kick off for the Divas. Back to receive once again for Pittsburgh. You're going to see Malarski, 23, and also number 12, Diamond Rodriguez, one of their top defensive players back there as well. Entwistle signaling. She's going to kick a low one. Oh, bounces off one Passion player. Oh, another. Oh, it's still popcorning around. They're just going to cover it up at the 35-yard line. So both teams kind of have the same philosophy, it looks like, now in the kickoffs. Just pick somebody who doesn't look like they can handle the football and kick it right at them.
Yeah, and Entwistle, just a young receiver that is kicking the ball for us this year and just really doing a good job of trying to get the ball out there and get any kind of depth that they can on that kickoff.
So see what the Passion have to have on offense after falling back behind. So it's a 21-16 Divas lead. Here in the first half, 12-12 to go. Angela Baker has got a touchdown pass and a touchdown run. Baker out of the pistol. Hands it to Foster, coming to the near side. Make that Smith. Smith's taken down after a pickup of about 9 yards.
That's Jessica Johnson with the speed to get over and make that tackle.
Good tackle by Johnson on the run from Ariel Smith. A 9-yard pickup. Now we're going to see Foster in the game. Kia Foster, who was so good on that opening drive, but really hasn't seen the ball that much since then.
Well, Passion do have 3 running backs, Devin Carter, Kia Foster, and Ariel Smith.
So Baker out of the pistol. Foster right behind her. She's going to throw it out to the near side instead. Oh, and it's dropped. Incomplete. That's Kozo, their best receiver. Crystal Kozo dropped that one. She already has 2 PATs in this game and a TD.
Divas have to be careful they don't get a personal foul coming in there a little late.
So incomplete. So now a 3rd down and 1 yard to go. It's a 3rd and 1 for the Passion on their side of the field, still at their own 45. And Foster stays in as the running back. One wide receiver to the near side, 3 to the far for Angela Baker. Out of the pistol, low snap. She's going to have to just fall on it. Oh, and a big break there for the Divas. A bad snap. I think Morgan Cross is the center, number 78, just rolled it back there.
That'll bring up 4th and 5, and I think Pittsburgh's going to have to punt.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is going to have to punt on their own side of the field, and that's what you're going to see. So big break for the Divas there on a 3rd and very manageable 1. Bad snap. Of course, that's a risk when you don't play under center. So many teams at every level now likes to play out of the pistol or the shotgun. Nobody really ever gets under center anymore.
Well, we're moving away from that old school 2-back set,
Yeah.
and up with the time. So,
and the punter, Jana Meester, number 85, waits for the snap. Left-footed kick, gets it away. Scott's going to let it bounce, and she's going to come under to the 25. Little stutter step. Nice cutback move. Far side of the field, 30. She's got the 35. Going to try to get outside, and she's going to be taken down about the 38-yard line. So good return. What can't she do from Scott? DeAsia Scott been making plays all night. And it's still early.
nice little cutback.
Really was.
Good combination of balance of speed, footwork, and just tenacity.
Yeah, that was actually Meester, the punter, who made the tackle. Heck of a tackle. She also plays wide receiver. Amanda Congialdi out of the pistol. DeAsia Scott out of the backfield. Congialdi rolling to her left. She's going to throw deep downfield. She's got a receiver, and it's caught into Passion territory.
Lexi Floor on the catch.
It's the first time we've seen Floor tonight, and she makes a big play for the Divas.
Well, Lexi is
Oh,
an
it's gonna-
all-star player,
Unfortunately, I think it's coming back.
and it is
Legal
illegal
player
man
downfield.
downfield.
Oh, boy, that's a shame.
Well, Amanda rolled out. Took quite a bit of time to get that play off. Unfortunately, one of the linemen got downfield.
So Floor makes a big play, but it's all for naught as the ineligible man downfield penalty on the Divas. So they'll mark that penalty off, and we'll have a 1st and 15 for the Divas coming up. Oh, what a shame.
That won't be Floor's last catch. She is a great receiver, a great route runner. Just joined the Divas this year, came out to us from the West Coast.
Certainly got some speed, and as you mentioned earlier, Donna, they've got a lot of options out here at receiver. Wilson's on the sideline right now, and Blakey, and they've both made plays in this game as well. So Congialdi out of the pistol again, back to pass. Going to throw it out to Scott here on the near side, catches it at the 30, makes one player miss, gets it to the 35, forward progress. I think they'll mark her down at the 35. I guess they'll say she went back on her own. Although now the other ref's going to mark it. Yeah, he's going to give it the 35. Thought she had the 36, but I guess because she went back on her own, they're not going to count that. So gets a couple of the yards back, but not quite enough, as it is now a 2nd and 13. Congialdi takes a snap, sets her feet, throws downfield the left side. There she is again. Able to hit Floor for a 1st down into Passion territory. So Floor sneaks through again. This time no flags in the field, and that's a 1st down.
Floor ran a nice little down, out, and up. Got behind the defender, and Amanda with plenty of time as she rolled out to get that ball nicely to Floor for the 1st down.
Amanda Congialdi out of the pistol. She's moving Scott to her left. She's got 2 receivers on her right side, 1 on the left. And it gives to Scott. Breaks 1 tackle and is not going to break another, so she's going to lose a yard there. She's asking for a face mask.
Well, the entire Pittsburgh defense was in the backfield that time.
So a loss on 1st down of about 1.5 yards, so they get a loss at 2. So 2nd and 12 coming up. Good defensive play there by Pittsburgh. They really responded. I mean, Pittsburgh, this is a big series for their defense. When you look at this game, the Divas were able to get a 2-score lead. It really opened some things up. Congialdi back to pass. Oh, Floor flips it back to Scott. A little hook and ladder. Oh, and she just leveled somebody. Wow. But a short gain. A lot of excitement there for about a 2-yard gain.
Well, the Divas this offseason put in a lot of plays that might look like trick plays, just little things and nuances, just to try to keep the defense off balance, and that's one of those little things. But they want to run that consistently throughout their season, not run them as tricks.
3rd and 12. Floor's in the backfield this time. Lexi Floor, who's made quite an impact. I'm sorry, Floor's out to the left side. There's a new back in the backfield. That's
Pope.
29, Cortina Pope. Wow, Congialdi throwing it deep, and she's got her man caught. 1st down. Wow, what a pass play.
Remy Allenzock, first-year Diva with the big catch.
Remy Allenzock gets behind the secondary, and what a big 3rd down conversion for the Divas, who now have it 1st and 10 at the Pittsburgh 18-yard line.
Amanda spreading this ball around, finding all of her receivers.
She got behind Kozo, who, of course, is the big receiver for Pittsburgh, and also playing corner. There's the give, and a few yards gained there, and that'll be about it by Pope. So Pope 28 getting some action here. Congialdi out of the pistol again. Pope to her left. She's going to keep it this time. Congialdi running to her left. She's going to have to cut up and dive. Tries to get forward. Oh, breaks a tackle. Stays on her feet, but now she's going to be wrestled down around the 15-yard line, it looks like.
Straight quarterback run on that play.
So it brings up a 3rd down and about, it's going to be a 3rd and about 7. And again, you got to wonder, this is 4-down territory for the Divas with their kicking situation. Clock ticking at 6:15 now left in this first half. Pope in the backfield. Congialdi out of the pistol. 2 receivers to her left. Back to pass. Throws it out to her right. Caught. First down. Receiver's going to be right near the marker, and I believe that's Casey Hilliard, number 81, and looks like she has enough for a first down.
Casey Hilliard, another
first down.
Another good veteran receiver coming back with the Divas this year after being out for a couple years. Lost some weight, got a little faster.
So
Great
first
route.
and goal.
And a first down.
So first and goal to goal for the Divas now from the Passion 7-yard line. So on the 7 of the Passion. And there's a handoff and a touchdown.
Shelley
Just like that,
Freeman.
the Divas. Boy, they're getting all kinds of personnel in there. As you say, Freeman gets the carry and the score. Or no, they're going to mark her down at 1. Sorry, marks Freeman down to the 1. Shelley Freeman, first carry of the season. It's a 7-yarder, or a 6-yarder, down to the 1. It's a first and goal. Freeman stays in the game. To the right of Congialdi. Second and goal to goal. Freeman this time gets it in easily. Touchdown Divas. They've opened it up to a 27-16 game.
Great to see Freeman coming in, getting the carry. She's a tough young running back. And the Divas, again, are going to go for 2.
Try to make it a 29-16 game, but it's a it could be a 2-score game here in a minute for the Divas. Of course, up by 11. And Freeman stays in alone back. 2 receivers to each side of Congialdi, and it's a give to Freeman, who's going to cut in and get the PAT. So Freeman does all the work in the red zone for the Divas as they have opened this up to a 29-16 lead.
Just a really nice cutback to get inside of that defender. Freeman with the 2-point conversion.
It's a big drive there for the Divas. Ate up some clock, too, Donna. So 5:03 to go in this first half. The Divas with a 13-point advantage. Biggest lead by either team in this game.
Well, in time of possession was something I was interested in what would happen this game with the Divas running an up-tempo and no huddle. Would they be able to just slow it down and chunk it up and move down the field? And it looks like tonight they can.
Yeah, they've really run the ball effectively. And now we've seen it's not just Scott. See Freeman come in and handle it effectively. Pope had some good runs there. So they're really dominating the lines of scrimmage, too. And, it was something that Pittsburgh had talked about, wanting to win the battle of the trenches. Talking to Coach Kahn, and they're not winning those battles right now. That's why they're down by 13 points.
Well, and talking about offense and defensive line, that has been one of the Divas' strengths throughout our history. I can say we have had one of the best offensive and defensive lines in all of football throughout, and that's why we have been so successful for so many years. All those division titles, 3 national championships. That doesn't come from your skill players. That comes from those big people up front getting it done. Good job to the O-line.
Madeline Entwistle getting ready to kick it off. Number 86 for the Divas. And let's see what she has in store for the Passion's return team with 5:03 to go. Deep kick. Good one. She outkicks. Woo! She really got into that one. Rodriguez giving it chase. And Malarski Rodriguez picks it up. Starts from her own 5. I think she was surprised to see it go that deep. Good tackle. Oh, and slammed down. Big special teams tackle for the Divas.
There's Shelley Freeman.
Shelley Freeman.
Excited
wow.
after scoring that touchdown.
Woo.
Comes up with a big hit.
So Freeman gets the touchdown and the PAT and then the tackle on special teams. You got to love it.
That's the way to start your year.
So the Pittsburgh Passion will start from their own 15-yard line with 4:55 to go in this first half of play, and the Passion suddenly finding themselves down 2 scores, 29-16.
And Freeman, also one of those players that can go both ways. And, you might see her on defense at some point at linebacker. As you can tell, she can hit.
So Angela Baker and the Passion with some work to do. Foster behind her. Bad snap again, and she has to fall on it, and she's marked down 4 yards. Wow, that's a couple bad snaps in a row, because the last play that ended the previous drive for them, they got the Divas the ball back, was a bad snap on a 3rd and short.
Yeah, that's the one challenge running out of the shotgun is you've got to have perfect snaps on every play, and you don't have that luxury of being under center and getting that ball right up to the hand. You got to be focused.
Samantha Simeone trying to regroup here, and it is now a 2nd and 14. Baker throws that there, picked off, and walking in the end zone for a touchdown, DC Divas.
Johnson on the pick.
Jessica Johnson with the score.
She read that all day long, made an easy break on it. Pick 6, Jessica Johnson.
Johnson with a pick 6. Suddenly it's a 35-16 Divas lead. Wow. This quarter has really avalanched on Pittsburgh. Divas are going to send the offense back out and go for 2 here. Try to make it a 37-16 edge.
Nope.
Or no, they're kicking. Okay, no, they're kicking. Extra point. And whistle coming out. So 35-16. And the extra point. Great play. Look at this.
Johnson, great hands. She's got a long, tall body. She's got great length, great speed as well.
All right, here go the Divas. PAT coming up. Entwistle made 1 and missed 1. Her 3rd attempt of the day. And this one's easily good. Boy, she all of a sudden found something. It's like she got Mark Mosley's shoe or something. That's good. So it's a 36-16 Divas lead, up by 20 now.
You know, sometimes for a young player, all it takes is just a few plays to start building that confidence and getting that consistency.
What a quarter it has been for the Divas.
Yeah, really back and forth in the first quarter, but the second quarter, the Divas turning it on, both offensively and defensively, and doing it with a lot of players.
Yeah, they are. And you mentioned in the open, you put it on everybody's radar. Look, this is a team that's deep. This is a team that's got a lot of skill position, people that can come at you a lot of different ways, and they're really showing off that depth today in this impressive first half. Impressive opener so far for the Divas. 4:15 to go in the first half. Again, Rodriguez and Malarski back to receive for Pittsburgh. Entwistle, who boomed the last kickoff, which set up Pittsburgh back in their own territory to get that pick 6. See what she has this time. And another deep kick. Rodriguez handles at the 25. Stutter steps, going to go to the far side. Cuts it across the 35, gets pulled down at the 37-yard line.
Shaquanda Gainey, wide receiver, with a big hit.
Well, the Divas are fired up, aren't they? They're having fun out there. You look at this bench. We're on the Divas side of the field where we're perched up here, and boy, it's an excited and happy sideline.
Well, they've been going hard since tryouts started in November.
Wow.
They've been training here indoors December, January, February, March. They are ready to let it go, and they are having some fun tonight.
Well, and again, they're just amazing facility. Do you think anybody else in the league has a facility like this?
This is something else, and if you've never been to the St. James, you've got to get out there. There is everything you could possibly want in one facility, not
really
just
is.
football.
It's something. All right, here come the Passion. Angela Baker and Pittsburgh has got to get something going here offensively. So this one is starting to get away from them early. Baker hands it off to Foster. Foster cuts up, got a good run across the 44-yard line where she's going to get taken down after a pickup of about 6 yards on first down.
Well, Pittsburgh going to a little bit different offense there. They bring both of their running backs in, try to get a little bit of a lead play with Foster and Connor.
So second down and they're going to call it a 4-yard run, so 2nd and 6 for Pittsburgh. The Passion at their own 44-yard line. 3:40 to go, clock ticking here in this first half. Baker out of the pistol. She's going to roll to her right, throws it out, has an open receiver caught, across the 50 into the 45, and a Divas territory will be pulled down at the 41-yard line when it's all said and done. But nice pickup there on a second down for Pittsburgh. They needed that as Devin Connor makes the catch, the running back.
Yep, Pittsburgh really needs to settle in if they want to keep this game close, because the Divas are not going to take their foot off the gas. And this is a critical series right here for Pittsburgh with 3 minutes left to go in the half if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah, it's almost mandatory that they get in the end zone here. And then the worst thing they could possibly do is not get into the end zone and leave enough time for the Divas offense to get back out there. They really need to not only score but leave no time left. And we're going to get a whistle, a referee timeout with 3:01 to go. Officials got a bit of an issue. See what's going on here with the refs. Coming up, we'll have the halftime festivities. I'm a guest coming up with us at halftime. Talk about some of the exciting things going on with the Divas franchise. Been a heck of an opener so far. If you're just joining us, 36-16, Divas lead the Passion. Now what's going on? The refs, they're now talking to some officials on the sidelines. I think they wanted to kill the music during the play. I think maybe it was okay. Back to action. 1st and 10. Angela Baker out of the pistol. The Gibbs, the Foster's going to try the left side. Gets across the 39-yard line. So a pickup of about 3 yards on first down.
Not much there. Divas defense doing a good job just filling their gaps.
Really feels like Pittsburgh is being careful with the clock here, Donna, because they don't want any time to be left for the Divas offense.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's got a well-coached team. They have really been, throughout the years, one of the better coached. And so they know what the Divas can do if they give them the ball back.
Yeah,
and they are going to try to run this down to right to the end of the game, or end of the half if they can.
Down by 20. Low snap. Baker's able to handle it. Rolls to her left. She's going to throw it downfield and into coverage and incomplete. Boy, there was 3 Divas down there. I know she was going for her number 1 receiver, Crystal Kozo, but she really never had a chance at it.
Well, Divas had a corner, strong safety, and a linebacker back there covering her. So great job of recognizing where the number 1 receiver for Pittsburgh is and being on that coverage.
Yeah, really good coverage for the Divas defense there. And again, Kozo's been the go-to target for Baker in this game and was in the previous game too. The previous game she had 6 for 118 on a TD. So now a make that a 3rd and 7. So this is big down here with 2:11 to go. Of course, the clock stops at the incompletion there. So big 3rd and 7 here for the Divas with a chance to get the ball back again if they can get a stop. Would have a lot of time left. Baker with Foster in the backfield. She's got trips to her left, 1 receiver to her right. Low snap again, but Baker handles it. Rolling to her left, throws it, and caught, first down. So nice play, nice execution there as Jana Meester makes a good catch.
Well, she just had so much time. Meester comes back, makes a play on that ball. Great job keeping that drive alive.
So 26-yard line. So that was a big first down for Pittsburgh. Now the clock ticks under 2 minutes.
Davis on the outside, just giving her a lot of room out there.
So Baker, again out of the pistol, trips to her left. Foster to her left now. As Foster moves over to number 34, Kia Foster. Bad snap again. Foster takes it though up the middle, 25-20, 15, and down to the 14 after a pickup about 11 yards on first down. So
taken down from the back by Blake.
It's almost a broken play. It looked like for a minute because the snap was low and kind of misdirection handoff. Let's take another look at it. Yeah, bad snap again, but Foster able to clean it up after Baker does a great job picking up these low snaps. They're really having snap issues since about 2 drives ago. This has been a problem for Samantha Simone, the center. And Baker out of the pistol with Foster in the backfield. She's going to go back to pass straight, drop back. Oh, she's going to scramble away, makes one player miss. She's running for her life over there. She gets taken down
Whitney
at the 22.
Sims on the tackle.
I think they're going to get her on a horse collar, though. I think they're going to get a horse collar tackle. I think Baker's hurt, too. She went down rough. It was weird because the ref kind of delayed on throwing the flag, and I think he saw the end result, that Baker pain, and threw the flag. And, well, no. Well, I don't know if she's coming up from that one. So that's going to be a first down for Pittsburgh. There's only 55 seconds to go in this first half.
And you really hope it's not serious like the Divas. The Pittsburgh really relies on their starting quarterback.
Yeah, it's a leg injury. Her leg planted
offense
when she went down. And it's just one of those plays where she's trying to keep it alive and she's trying to hold the ball the last second. Yeah, they call a horse collar, yeah. That's what I thought. It definitely looked like the right call. So that's going to be a big penalty. But the bigger issue, obviously, for Pittsburgh and for this football game is what Angela Baker's status is. And they're working on, it looks like her right leg. They keep straightening it out over there on that far side sideline. So the horse collar against the Divas will put the ball at the 10-yard line, make that 11-yard line. Be at the 11 of the Divas. The ball gets moved up. Again, the both team sidelines on their knees as Angela Baker's getting looked at on the far sideline. Quarterback, she's lifted up now. They're picking her up. They're trying to get her off the field. And she limps off.
That does not look good.
That
she
doesn't
could not
look
put
good at
any
all.
pressure on that knee.
No, it didn't look good at all. I don't know if it was the ankle or the knee, but
and it's really unfortunate because in a game like
Yeah.
this, you want to play against the best and you want to play
Absolutely.
against their starters all game. So,
yeah.
well,
See who comes out of quarterback, because this is a question we were talking about before. Both these teams really don't have backup quarterbacks. It looks like it's at 18 or 16. It's going to be Kara Prentice, number 16 at quarterback. So 16, Kara Prentice is your quarterback. First down and goal to goal from the 8. So the ball was moved up to the 8 after the horse collar. So it's a first and goal to goal from the 8. Prentice is in there. Kia Foster in the backfield. Trips to Prentice's right. One receiver on the far side left is Meester. And we're going to get a timeout. I think the refs are saying you can't jack into that much crowd noise.
No, that's the crowd. They are not pumping crowd noise into the stadium. That is all the crowd.
Yeah, they made
making
it
that
sound like
noise.
Seattle. It was Qualcomm here for a minute, and it seems kind of fishy. But anyway, Prentice out of the pistol. Her first snap of the game. I mean, talk about throwing it in the fire. And it's a low snap, and Prentice grabs it and just falls down. Oh, Simone really having problems with the snap. And Prentice just covers it up, and the clock's ticking. It's rolling down to 45 left in this first half. So that's a second and goal to goal now. Ball goes back to the 10.
Now you got to think you can get 3 plays off here and get your chances for second, third, and fourth down if you don't score, unless you take up all 30 seconds on one play.
Yeah, the Passion are really, I don't know if they're aware of the clock, and they got 2 timeouts to burn. Here comes the snap. Prentice is going to throw it back, and it's caught to Foster. She's going to cut it up to 5 and gets tackled inbounds, though, at the 4. They're quickly calling timeout. Teresa Kahn runs down, but still only 7.7 left by the time they get the timeout, although I thought it should have been at 10 seconds when she was signaling the timeout behind the ref.
Had to get the ref's attention.
Yeah, that's a
but
tough thing.
They'll have 1 play left, and unless it's a quick pass, maybe they get 2 plays.
Yeah, they didn't really do the best of the clock. I thought they could have burned a timeout back there, especially with the new quarterback in there, maybe to settle it down. But it's going to be a third and goal. Foster, big tackle by the Divas defense there, too, and all that, to make sure that she didn't get in the end zone.
Did you know the Passion are the Divas' oldest and most played opponent in franchise history? This is our 19th meeting with the Passion, and we lead the series 13-5.
I knew all that stuff. You know how?
How'd you know that?
Because I listened to you in the pregame. That's how I knew it. because Donna Wilkinson told me that's how I knew. All right, so coming out of this timeout, 7.7 seconds left. Like you said, it's got to be a really quick hitter if you're going to get the fourth down play off, if you don't score here, obviously. Or if the Divas, you can tackle somebody in bounds. They don't get in the end zone. Boy, then you could end the quarter potentially. But the Passion do have one timeout, but they really got to be sitting on the refs to get that call. You got to think it's going to the end zone, though. 7.7, there's really not any other options here. 3rd and goal. The new quarterback, Kara Prentice, number 16. It's a good snap this time. She's going to try to throw to the end zone, and it's way short, incomplete. But the good news is that was way incomplete before the clock should have stopped like 5 seconds ago. Still rolling.
And the officials will get that.
Yeah, they'll fix that. But, yeah, there should be like 6.5 seconds left. So if Pittsburgh wants to, obviously enough time to run one more play, they can kick a field goal if they want to as well. But you think they've got to go for it here, down by 20 points.
Well, and this is where you got to be careful that you're not throwing something to a Divas defender who's going to run it back 95 yards for a score the other direction.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's going to burn a timeout, too, while they're trying to figure this clock thing out because, you know, why not? You've got one. You got to get your team together. So they're going to use their last timeout. And this should be – they still haven't fixed the clock yet. I don't know what the exact time is going to be. I thought it was about 6.5, 7 seconds when we saw the ball go incomplete. It says 4:04 on the clock here, which I don't think is correct. Trying to reset the clock. 3.7 is the official time. Okay, 3.7. Plenty of time to get this last playoff of the half. A third, or make that a 4th and goal from the 5. Kara Prentice just got in this football game 4 plays ago, number 16. She put Foster in motion, number 34. Here's the snap. Prentice goes, throws it, touchdown to Meester. Wow, Kara Prentice, big pass and score to Meester.
Meester just did a great job of running that slant route in front of Davis.
Well, if Pittsburgh ever need that, they wouldn't have scored here before half. This place would have gone crazy. So the touchdown makes it 36-26. Get all kinds of problems with the scoreboard. It's 36-26. It's almost like they counted that as a 2-point play. Now they're going for 2. So Pittsburgh trying to make it a 36-28 game with his 2-point play coming up. Still haven't figured it out on the scoreboard. Hopefully they'll fix it. Sure, Pittsburgh will make them fix it at some point. Prentice out of the pistol. And the Divas are going to jump offside. So they'll move it up a few yards, and we'll get another shot at this 2-point play. So half the distance. The ball now on the 1-yard line for the 2-point play. No, bad snap. Oh, the ball's loose, and Foster's going to have to cover it up. Oh, what a bad ending to the half for Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh gets on the board. Again, it was a 20-point deficit. Now it is cut to a 14-point deficit. Is it a 36-22 Divas lead? 36-22 Divas lead at the half. As we go into the half, we'll take a quick break. Scott Jackson and Donna Wilkinson will have the halftime festivities straight ahead. Divas on top, 36-22 in the opener. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rossum, Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Also brought to you by Know Who. And also brought to you by Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. And brought to you by Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company. Brewed in Dover, Delaware, the official beer of the DC Divas. Drink responsibly.
Good evening, lacrosse fans, and welcome to Westfield High School.
We have a great game in store for you today. The first time in the history of the Capital Classic that girls high school basketball players, the finest in the country, will be taking the court.
At DMVSTREAM.COM, we're working hard in our HD production studio to continue to bring our viewers a continuous flow of new and fresh content. Our studio material includes shows, analysis, recaps, previews, highlights, interviews, and commentary, all about your favorite DMV sports, including high school, colleges, and pro teams. Commercial space and inventory is available for sponsorship and businesses. Learn more about how to join our network of partners at DMVStream.com. That's DMVStream.com. At DMVStream.com, we use state-of-the-art live streaming and video production tools to create an unparalleled viewing experience from local sporting events. Whether we're using our 12-foot HD broadcast production truck or employing one of our state-of-the-art flypack kits, our broadcasts always include multiple camera angles, instant replay, live scoring, graphics, and a complete broadcast crew working together to showcase the DMV's finest. Contact us today to learn more about our services and streaming packages. Visit us on the web at DMVStream.com.
Good evening, lacrosse fans, and welcome to Westfield High School.
We have a great game in store for you today. The first time in the history of the Capital Classic that girls high school basketball players, the finest in the country, will be taking the court.
At DMVStream.com, we're working hard in our HD production studio to continue to bring our viewers a continuous flow of new and fresh content. Our studio material includes shows, analysis, recaps, previews, highlights, interviews, and commentary, all about your favorite DMV sports, including high school, colleges, and pro teams. Commercial space and inventory is available for sponsorship and businesses. Learn more about how to join our network of partners at DMVStream.com. That's DMVStream.com. At DMVStream.com, We use state-of-the-art live streaming and video production tools to create an unparalleled viewing experience from local sporting events. Whether we're using our 12-foot HD broadcast production truck or employing one of our state-of-the-art fly pack kits, our broadcasts always include multiple camera angles, instant replay, live scoring, graphics, and a complete broadcast crew working together to showcase the DMV's finest. Contact us today to learn more about our services and streaming packages. Visit us on the web at DMVSTREAM.com.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rossum, Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Also brought to you by Know Who. And also brought to you by Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. And brought to you by Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company. Brewed in Dover, Delaware, the official beer of the DC Divas. Drink responsibly.
Good evening, lacrosse fans, and welcome to Westfield High School.
We have a great game in store for you today. The first time in the history of the Capital Classic that girls high school basketball players, the finest in the country, will be taking the court.
At DMVSTREAM.com, we're working hard in our HD production studio to continue to bring our viewers a continuous flow of new and fresh content. Our studio material includes shows, analysis, recaps, previews, highlights, interviews, and commentary, all about your favorite DMV sports, including high school, colleges, and pro teams. Commercial space and inventory is available for sponsorship and businesses. Learn more about how to join our network of partners at DMVStream.com. That's DMVStream.com. DMVStream.com, the Mid-Atlantic's leader in sports video, broadcasting, and live streaming. Contact us today to learn more about our services and streaming packages. Visit us on the web at DMVStream.com. That's DMVStream.com.
Welcome back in the half here at the St. James. The DC Divas leading the Pittsburgh Passions by the score of 36-22. Scott Jackson back with you here at the half. We have a special guest. Our pleasure to bring in Colin Potts, who is the COO of Rossum, who is the official medical partner of the DC Divas. And Colin, we appreciate you giving us some time. How you doing?
Oh, yeah, we're really excited to be a part of this, and what an inspiring group of people, and to be with Rich Daniel and creating a family that he has. And anytime you can support people and really providing possibilities for them to go out and live their dreams, and the league and women's sports, it's a great, really great for us.
Well, you have obviously seen the first half here, the entertaining first game too. I mean, you couldn't ask for more as one of the sponsors here, right?
No, you don't want to blink. It's been a lot of fun, and you see the crowd into it,
Yeah.
and you see some real athleticism, and,
Yeah.
and it's been really inspiring to see, and great to see the Divas out in the first half doing well, and hopefully they can close us out for the first win, and great to be at the St. James as well.
Yeah, it sure is. Well, tell us a little bit about what you have going on, your initiative with your one-step program, just another step. It's really interesting.
Yeah, it's so as an amputee, I had an accident back in 2000 and had 21 surgeries in 17 years and amputation, and it's really important to get out and reach people. So in 1 year after receiving my first prosthesis, I was walking, running, swimming, ran a 5K, and now I'm training for the Paralympic trials for Tokyo. So really it's now one more step every day to get my life back. And I woke up out of surgery, and the first thing I said is I want to walk, and they're like, you can't walk. And I said, I want to walk. And so every day from that point forward is one more step, one more activity to get my life back. And now I'm going in and out of the hospitals and speaking to groups and really trying to inspire people, because people need hope, and I can hopefully get them to believe in themselves, and then they're on their way. But it's real important for us to each give back to each other and give back to the community.
Well, it's great what you're doing, Colin. Of course, what Rossum's doing as well. And your part as a COO and being a part of this Divas season. It's exciting stuff.
It is. And we try to take things in your body to heal your body and provide that alternative to surgery. So we're trying to redefine medicine at this point and have some great luminaries and really create the standards for regenerative medicine so that athletes can get back on the court and on the field and back to their lives as quickly as possible.
Well, good luck with your program and good luck with everything you're doing at Rossum. We
appreciate it.
The
appreciate
official
your time very much.
Partners with the DC Divas. And again, halftime DC Divas lead the Pittsburgh Passion 36-22. We'll come back with some of the numbers for the first half and the second half kickoff straight ahead as well here as you're watching Divas football. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rossum, Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Also brought to you by Know Who. And also brought to you by Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. And brought to you by Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company. Brewed in Dover, Delaware, the official beer of the DC Divas.
Good evening, lacrosse fans, and welcome to Westfield High School.
We have a great game in store for you today. The first time in the history of the Capital Classic that girls high school basketball players, the finest in the country, will be taking the court.
DMVSTREAM.COM, the Mid-Atlantic's leader in sports video, broadcasting, and live streaming. Contact us today to learn more about our services and streaming packages. Visit us on the web at DMVSTREAM.com. That's DMVSTREAM.com.
Back here at the half, David Pearson's with me as we're getting ready to start the second. How you doing?
Doing good. It's Derek, but we're good.
Derek, I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries, no worries. Hey.
Derek, you having fun? I mean, this has been a good game.
This is awesome. This is my first Divas live game.
Yeah.
This is one I've been following for years. been in the area. But when Rich Daniel calls and says, hey, come show up and be a part of this, you step up and do it, and it's been fun.
Well, Derek, tell us about your company.
Well, Love Prints it's the basic premise is loving and learning through sports.
Sure.
So as a coach, as a high school coach, college coach, scout, all over the country, wherever I go, my message is simple, that we have the obligation as coaches, as parents, to cover the games that we care about and love. So treat them as such.
Yep.
Act accordingly. If you respect the game and you love the game, then it requires that you actually do the things connected to it to say that you care about the game the right way. So I work football, baseball, basketball. I'm all over the country, but Arlington is hometown for me. So when I get a chance to come back and be a part of what's going on, I'm thrilled.
Well, listen, whatever you told them, it's been working great. Bottle that up, save it. We'll need it for the rest of the season. But thank you so much, Derek Pearson. Appreciate you coming by.
It's a pleasure, and go Divas.
Yeah, been a great game so far. About to start the second half. And 36-22, Divas on top of the Passion. And the onside kick, the opening kickoff, but covered up by the Divas. Woo, little bit of a risk taken there by the Passion. Bold move, but the Divas covered up, and we'll have it in Pittsburgh territory, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. So, Donna, Pittsburgh obviously trying to steal possession there, and Divas able to handle it.
Well, I think they realize with Baker out at this point, they got to do anything they possibly can to get any possession.
Yeah, Angela Baker going down. That was a serious-looking leg injury. I don't know what the prognosis will be, but I would be shocked if we saw her tonight. You just wonder about the rest of her season, the way that leg injury looks. So Divas on offense to start this second half in Passion territory. Up by 14, 36-22. Amanda Congialdi, the quarterback. Scott's next to her. Takes the snap. The left-hander's going to throw downfield. She's got an open receiver, and it's going to be a catch. First down. Big pass play by the Divas going to Remy Alenzak.
What a great catch. And
oh, no, we got a penalty flag. Oh, man, this is the second time tonight a big pass play is going to be called back on the Divas. Of course, last time they handled it and still finished off the drive and scored, but it's a shame this one's coming back. It's a pretty pass play.
Oh, beautiful catch.
Didn't see the call, waiting for it, but they're backing the Divas up. It's going to be
had to be a holding call.
Yeah, it had to be a hold. It's going to be a big 10-yard penalty as they're marking it off. So the Divas will make it a 5-yard penalty. The Divas will be at the 50-yard line. So 1st and 15 after that big play. No, it's a 10-yard penalty, so it is a hold. Boy, that's a shame, but that was a pretty pass to Alenzak. So the Divas responded with the onside kick with a deep shot. Now it is a 1st and 20. Well, there's whistles. The refs are confused. As you mentioned, it's the early season for the refs, too. What's interesting is they marked the penalty off 10 yards, right? But they kept the chains.
The chains.
They moved the chains, too, which I didn't think should have happened. That's interesting. The chains are at the 40 to get to the first. It's really a 1st and 15. I thought it was going to be a 1st and 20, even though they marked it off 10.
Something's off, but we're going to play on.
We're just going to move on here. It's a 1st and 15. Divas with a 14-point advantage. There's the pass out to Scott in the flat. Scott makes one player miss, gets on her feet, gets to the 35, tippy toes, leans forward to about 37. So good job not to lose yardage by Scott on that play. Get to the 47, excuse me, not 37, to 47.
Nice crackback block by Wilson there.
So she gets back a lot of it. She got it back about 7 yards.
You see she's not going to go down on first contact.
No, they actually.
There comes a kick, crackback.
Yeah, they moved it back. Okay, so it's going to be at the 47-yard line. And again, it's a second down. Make that a 2nd and 13. So just only got, 2 yards from the line of scrimmage she was able to get. And pressure up the middle. Cangialdi's trying to fight through the sack, but she's not going. She's going to go down. She probably just be smarter to take that sack
lost
earlier.
30 yards on the play. Kept trying to get out so she could throw the ball out, but that's a big loss for the Divas.
Yeah, and after we saw what happened to Baker towards the end of the half, I mean, you got to be careful in those situations, trying to extend plays. But wow, they blew it up. Niedermeyer blows the play up initially for the Passion. It's a huge loss, as you mentioned, all the way back now. The ball is back on the Divas' 31-yard line. So, wow, a loss of 16 on that play. Woo.
3rd and 30.
3rd and 30, and they got to get it to the 40 of Pittsburgh. Gangialdi is going to throw a little shovel pass to Scott. Scott coming to the near side, doesn't really have any blockers, but she gets it up to the 35, and the Divas are going to have to punt.
Well, it'll be our first punting opportunity of the night for the Divas.
So good stance there by Pittsburgh. They responded after they gave the Divas a short field, caught a break with the penalty, and then after that really toughened up. So the Divas getting ready to punt, and that's Ashley Clark for the first time tonight. Back to punt it for the Divas. And Ellie Malarski, number 23, back to receive for Pittsburgh. And now we got a penalty on the Divas. Back them up 5 more yards. A sloppy start to the second half for the Divas after the big pass play. .12:37 to go in this third quarter.
Passion sideline trying to get them fired up here.
Illegal substitution of the Divas. Clark takes a snap. She punts it. And it's going to end over end. Bounces at the 40. Oh, good Divas bounce. Wow, look at the thing roll. And it's going to roll out of the 25 of the Passion. So the Passion looked like they were set up for some really good field position. And instead, it started at their own 25.
Well, that's a 50-plus yard punt for Ashley. Ashley Clark, our backup quarterback and wide receiver. Very talented young player, first year with us.
Great job punting the football there. So Divas defense for the first time this half, and obviously the Pittsburgh offense. See what they have in store. Of course, their backup quarterback, if you missed the first half with us, their talented quarterback, Angela Baker, left with an injury. Looked like the leg injury was not pretty, the way she was tangled up on the sideline. And Kara Prentice came in and threw a touchdown, though, on that drive. And Prentice cut the deficit to 14 with that touchdown right before the end of half. So Prentice stays in at quarterback. Tailbacks Ariel Smith. And 55, Devin Connors, the fullback. High snap over her head. Smith's got to chase it. And will she cover it up? And she does. Or is it the Divas ball? Looks like the Divas might have wrestled it away. What are the refs going to say? They're going to say down with Pittsburgh before the Divas were able to recover. That's unfortunate. Because it looked like Whitney Sims got it, right?
Well, if a player is on the ground with possession and are touched, then they are down in the NCAA rules.
Yeah.
And even if they're not touched, if they just have possession of the ball while their knee is down.
That's what the ref was saying, yeah. That was play was over, like you said, once she possessed it. But, boy, the snapping issues continue. Before half, it was the low snaps, and now it's high snaps. And this is a new center, Lauren Figueroni, is coming at center with a new quarterback, Kara Prentice, and a big loss of 7 on the first down play. Prentice gets the pass blocked. Is that going to be called a fumble? They're called incomplete now. Wow.
Michelle Blake just coming in strong. That's our rookie linebacker.
She blew that up, didn't she? Blake's having fun out there. That happened quickly. Prentice really didn't get a chance to set up. She's lucky she was able to get her arm forward and make it a pass as it's knocked down. So 3rd and 27 coming up. 3rd and 27.
And you got to wonder if Pittsburgh's going to be able to move this ball with their backup quarterback in. Baker's so effective, just a great arm, great athlete. They're going to have to make some changes to their offense with a new quarterback.
Yeah, Prentice does not move the way Baker does. I mean, Baker's like a running back there. There's a bad snap, but
that'll be on the defense.
Yeah, I think the defense jumped offside. Encroachment on the Divas. So Ariel Smith is the running back. And that's going to go 5 yards, so it'll make it a 3rd and 22. They Passion have to get to their own 35 for the first down here. And Kara Prentice in the game at quarterback. Ellie Malarski goes out to the far side. Over here to the near side, it's Jana Meester, who already has a touchdown. Divas almost jump off again. Prentice is going to pitch it back to Smith. Smith's going to get taken down for a loss. 4th down coming up.
Great job shooting the gap there, Mara Lockard.
Divas were all over that one. Kind of a give-up play by the Passion. And they give the 5 yards back that they had just been rewarded on that offside. So punt now their own end zone. This is dangerous territory here for Jana Meester. Back to receive for the Divas is Scott. They actually have 2 players back.
Well, he kind of felt like they just didn't want to give up a big play or an interception, so willing to just take the low play and punt the ball.
So Scott back is the deepest receiver. Ford is in front of her. High booming punt by Meester. Going to push Scott. She fumbles into the 38, picks it, or almost picks it up now at the 38. Coming here to the near side. It's got some room. 30, cuts it back 25, 20. She's got a picket fence in front of her. Down to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Divas!
Deja Scott.
Deja Scott, 38-yard punt return for a score. The muff actually set up the return for her.
Well, let the coverage get a little bit further downfield, setting up some of her blocks nicely. Take advantage of whatever comes your way.
Scott, 38-yard punt return. Here's another look at it.
Defense all over pursued. By the time she gets a couple blocks, they kind of outrun the kick.
Good block by Ford up there. And then the lead blocking was really good, too. So on for the extra point, Divas now up 42-22, trying to make it 43. Madeline Entwistle, high snap, and we got whistles. Plays dead from the start. False start on the Divas. So with the 20-point lead, they'll back it up 5 yards for Entwistle's extra point. Another high snap, and this one's going to be covered up, and that's PAT's going to be no good, but Divas okay, 42-22 right now on top of this game. You know, we haven't mentioned yet, Donna, that head coach Greg Gaskin's not here today. I don't know. Are they going to let him back? I mean, they keep playing like this. Or is he going to be allowed back in?
I'm sure he's going to be allowed back in, and he's very happy online watching right now, seeing that the Divas are handling their business and getting the job done here against Pittsburgh in our home opener. As we look across the field, I see Baker just taking some snaps from their center.
Oh, really?
Either they are trying to get those snaps up and make sure that the snapping is on point, or maybe she's looking at trying to come back in.
She's got her helmet.
Well, you know, if she comes back in, the one thing you know is she's not going to be running as much, but, you know, she's got that arm.
She's definitely got a limp. I'm watching her jog. She's trying to come in the game. I mean, the fact that she's out on the field, Donna, is incredible, and not like back in the training room. That's great because it looked really bad.
Well, and that's one thing that a lot of people don't understand about women's football players. When they go down, they come back, and they come back over and over and over again with injuries. I remember in 2008, I guess it was, I took a shot to my back, felt some extreme pain, came out, wanted to go back in, played out the game, found out I had 2 broken bones and ended up playing with some of that. So, you know, all these players play through stuff. And
you're right.
And they're not getting $1 million contracts, so they don't necessarily hold them out for that extra $1 million. They say, well, you know, go out and play.
Yeah, you hope she's getting the right advice, but, I mean, the fact that she's walking on her own out there is pretty incredible. Entwistle with a squibber that bounces. Oh, Rodriguez unable to handle it. It's still loose. Malarski picks it up at the 20.
Ooh.
Oh, there's an illegal block, and then there's a big hit and a fumble. Now she's down. So Pittsburgh is going to be down at the 20 for Malarski, but let's see what the penalty is.
Well, Eads Johnson got cracked in the back.
Yeah, I think that's going to be moving back on Pittsburgh. And let's see who the quarterback is. I'm looking over, see if Baker's coming out of the field. And she's limping out of the field. No, that's not Baker. No, she's not coming out. Okay. She's still on the sidelines next to the coach. And it's a legal block in the back on Pittsburgh, so they'll be backed up 10 yards. It's the Divas defense back out of the field after the offense, or excuse me, the special teams scored. 10:01 to go in the third. Prentice remains the quarterback for the Passion. Angela Baker standing with her helmet on the sideline. Incredible that she's even standing on her own.
Well, I can tell you she's on the sideline in her coach's ear saying, Coach, I want to go in, I want to go in. So I guess the coach has to decide, is it worth it to try to get her back in this game? Down by 20 points.
Early in the season, too. You got a lot of football to play after tonight, even though it's a big game. Big handoff, big run from Foster. Gets it across the 25, and she's going to be pushed out at about the 30-yard line. It's a good first down run of 19 for Foster.
Yeah, Pittsburgh really needs to focus back on that balance and getting the ball into the hands of their running backs.
Kia Foster, big pickup. It's a first down for Pittsburgh. At this point, down by 3 scores, they need to make all their drives count. Simone in center. Samantha Simone's had some issues with the snaps tonight. Connor goes in motion. There's the pass from Prentice, caught by Kozo, and she's wrapped up quickly after about a 5-yard gain. See where they give her the forward progress, maybe a pick of a 7 actually with forward progress.
When you can see that Pittsburgh's adjusted to their new quarterback by just running really quick plays. They're not going to hold the ball for 5 to 7 seconds. They're going to try to get rid of it as soon as she catches it. So that's their strategy.
Yeah, Crystal Kozo, who's their #1 receiver with the catch. Pick up a 7. So 2nd and 3 coming up. 2nd and 3 for Pittsburgh. Kara Prentice in for Angela Baker. In motion, Kia Foster. Trips to the left now. Prentice throws it over the middle, almost picked off, and it is, dropped. Almost picked off by Johnson.
Johnson just has a knack for the ball. She's reading the play really well. Jumps that. Still nursing that sore shoulder.
Jessica Johnson's been active, hasn't she? Made some plays tonight.
Yeah, she'd like that one.
Like to have another chance at one like that. But boy, Prentice just kind of threw it up there. Johnson, of course, already has
break on that route, jump up high.
Yeah. Johnson already has 1 pick 6 tonight. So Prentice again out of the pistol. He's going to give it to Foster's runner right. Good penetration for the Divas on that side, and they're going to pull her down. There's flags everywhere. I think we're going to get a hold.
If they're not calling holding, then I'm not seeing what I'm seeing.
No, you're seeing it. So this is going to be backed up. And that was a 3rd down anyway, so the Divas made a climb this because they were well short of the 1st down. You got an injured Divas player on the Pittsburgh sideline right now. Can't see who that is.
That looks like Whitney Sims.
So Whitney Sims, we believe.
Linebacker.
The penalty's on Pittsburgh. Question is, will the Divas take the penalty? They're going to decline it and make it 4th down. So Pittsburgh, I would imagine, will send the punting unit out, backed up in their own territory, but we'll see what the decision is. The injury timeout now for the Divas player, who we think is number 50, Whitney Sims. 8:20 to go in this 3rd quarter. It's been all Divas really since the 2nd quarter. Back and forth 1st quarter, and then the Divas really took control in that 2nd quarter with the interception return by Johnson blew it open. I mean, they were up by 2 touchdowns. after the Freeman TD run, and then Johnson's pick 6. And then Pittsburgh scored right before halftime to cut it to 14, and then out of the half, obviously, the Divas and that punt return from Scott put it back to a 20-point game, and that's where we stand now.
Yeah, and the Divas really are following Coach Gaskin's keys to victories. They're executing well, both offensively. They're making plays on defense. They've responded to adversity. They've been down. They've come back. They've never been down and just stopped and looked around. So they've responded to adversity very well, and they seem to be pretty patient. On offense, they're getting the job done.
They're doing terrific on offense, as you pointed out before the game. They get a lot of skill players, and we've seen a little bit from everybody. Of course, Scott's been the big star, but other players have stepped up as well, and that's a good sign. Whitney Sims walking off in her own power.
It's good to see Whitney walking off, stepping into a starting linebacker position this week after the linebacker from that position got called up military early and had to leave the season.
Wow.
So one thing in women's football that you might not have with the men is other jobs and real life calling on you. So Whitney has stepped up and just really played well for being in there as a young linebacker.
She's really cutting it out just to get off the field on her own here. Well, 4th and 3, and Pittsburgh's going to go for it. Look, they know the score. They know the situation. 20-point game, 20 to go, in the third quarter. They're on their own 37-yard line, and they're going to go for it. Kara Prentice out of the pistol. She's got Smith behind her. To hand to Smith. She gets stacked up and loses yardage. They're not even be close. So the Divas will take over at the 34-yard line of the Passion.
Jen Gray coming in, making her first tackle on defense with the DC Divas. Jen, a former offensive line with the Divas, left the team, had played somewhere else, and came back to join us this year, making her first play on defense.
Big play there for the Divas defense. So, boy, Pittsburgh, everything's just avalanched on them since that second quarter injury to their quarterback.
Yeah, and the pace of the game's definitely slowed down since that injury for Pittsburgh.
Sure has. All right, here's the Divas offense with the short field at the 34-yard line of Pittsburgh. Amanda Congialdi, the quarterback, has had a good night so far. And here's the give coming to the near side. And a good tackle to bring down the ball carrier, Pope.
Yeah, and that's Tanisha Spencer filling that hole pretty hard, making the tackle.
Excuse me, that was Floor that carried the ball. Or no, it was Pope, 28. I'm sorry, 28 and 26 is killing me. That was 28 Pope, so had it right the first time. 26 Floors on the near side, one of the two receivers on the near side. Two receivers afar. Congialdi out of the shotgun. Congialdi taking her time in the center. Back to pass, fires it to Floor, caught close to the first down. Nice little slant pattern there, and it looks like they are going to be real close to the marker, maybe a yard short.
That was a nice timing route. Pittsburgh had pressure off the edge with the blitz. Floor gets right into that space that was vacated and makes a nice play.
Alexi Floor and Gainey here to the near side for the Divas. 3rd and short. Pope's the lone back. Next to Congialdi on her left. She's going to give it to Pope. Pope's going to take it. First down and then some. Crosses the 20. 6-yard pickup on 3rd and 1 from Pope. We got an injured Divas offensive lineman. Missy Bedwell.
Missy Bedwell.
Yeah, she's up, though.
21-year veteran Missy Bedwell. Can't say enough about her. She left and played in Florida the last couple years, made her way back to Washington, D.C. Anyone who plays more than 20 years of football, you just got to have a lot of respect for.
She loves the game, clearly. Amanda Congialdi. Divas quarterback barking out the signals. Pope next to her right. Again, two receivers on each side. Oh, quick snap. She wasn't ready for it. She recovers, though. She's going to try to make something out of it. Throws it over the middle. Caught! And not a first down, but a pickup on first down of about 4 yards.
Olenzak again coming up with a catch.
Remy Olenzak. Good job by Congialdi to improvise there after the fast snap. She wasn't ready for it.
Well, Olenzak's having a great night, first night as a Diva.
So it's 2nd and 6. Congialdi again with Pope in the backfield. Back to pass. Going over the middle. She's got her target and a touchdown to Hilliard. Casey Hilliard from Cangialdi for the score.
Well, they've been running that in practice all week. Hilliard over the top from the tight end position on a straight seam route.
And it's 48-22 Divas.
Amanda just picking this defense apart.
It really is. Been surgical here. And now the Divas will go for 2 to try to make it a 50-22 game. Quite a opening night for the Divas.
Oh.
Couldn't have drawn it up any better if you're Rich Daniel.
Well, and Missy Bedwell comes off the field with a bleeding elbow, and Rebecca Worsham, the tackle, comes in to center to snap the ball.
They're going to delay a game on the Divas. Back them up 5 yards.
So this will be Worsham's first snap at center or anything in the middle of the field. So what a talented athlete. She played on Team USA with me, one of the longtime Diva greats here.
Keep an eye on this snap. Pope's in the back, but very good snap. Cangialdi sets her feet, throws, and Floor can't come up with it. Incomplete.
That's Olenzock's first drop.
Olenzock, 23. Olenzock unable to bring it home, but 48-22. Divas doing okay, though, here on the opener. 26-point lead.
Well, and you said it, Rich Daniel has to be smiling just looking at the effort and the results so far, looking at this packed house here at the St. James. Beautiful sports and training facility here in Springfield, Virginia. Divas are so fortunate to be playing here all season long.
Tell you, St. James is better than advertised, actually. I've heard so many good things about them. I know some people that have been part of this building of this place, and I heard all these things about it. And I was like, really? You're going to be able to do all this stuff? And then you come in here and you're floored at how amazing this facility is.
Well, yeah, and they're really getting out in the community. You come in here during the week, and they have 4 basketball courts running at tournaments at one time. They got 2 ice hockey rinks running ice hockey meet matches.
Yep.
They've got their Olympic swimming pool training. They've got so much going on here that you could just get lost.
Yeah, it's incredible. You spend a whole day here. A little bit of something for everybody. All right, so the Divas with the 48-22 lead. And Madeline Entwistle kicks it off. Low kick. Oh, right in the gut of the returner, and she just takes it forward. The up. Man, oh, wow. Big-time return there.
Well, Entwistle decided she wanted to go get a tackle.
Alcinette Rodriguez. Boy, she was – I don't know if she caught the ball or the ball caught her, but whatever it was, she made the best out of it. And good field position for the Passion, and they need something good to happen for them on the Divas 36 now.
Well, this is their best field position since the first quarter.
Angela Baker is back in the game, too. Wow. That's incredible. How about that? Angela Baker, the quarterback, I guess she just had enough watching on the sidelines. She's come back in the football game. So 48-22, 5:17 to go in the third, and we'll see how Angela Baker looks out there. She's able to move like she normally does. Low snap, Baker gives it to the back, who gets it across the 30, 25, fumbles the football, and the Divas have got it. Wow.
Oh, right.
I was just going to say that's a new running back, Lakeitha Barrett. Lakeitha Barrett, her first carry of the night, number 15, and she fumbles the football after a big run. Wow, everything going the Divas' way.
Well, right when Baker comes back in, you just see the offensive line and everybody get back on point, and there's just a level of confidence hitting the hole. But you know what? She was trying to transfer her ball from the outside hand to her hand. Once you're running in the middle of traffic, you just got to keep that ball in one hand and keep it secured. Trying to get a little too fancy there.
Big break for the Divas because, again, that would have been a big first down play, a little bit of momentum, a little bit of life in that Pittsburgh sideline, but instead the fumble, and Divas back out of the field. Cangialdi out of the shotgun. Looks like Pope's standing back there with her. Pope's been pretty good lately, so they're going to keep her out there. Cangialdi's going downfield. Trying to hook up and catches it again. It's Olenzak.
Olenzak with a diving catch.
Remy Olenzak making plays all over the place tonight.
Well, she wanted to make herself known, and she certainly has tonight.
Remy Olenzak, what a play, what a pass.
I'm so excited for her just to see the development that she's had since day one at practice and the commitment she has to going up and making each catch.
You told me before the game Congialdi could really wing it, and I was watching her warm up, and you could see she had that arm strength. But boy, what a nice throw that one was. She's really showing off that arm tonight. Here's Pope. She's got a hole. She gets stumbled, though. She stumbles a little bit out of the gate, but she got a quick start and gets it into Pittsburgh territory at the 48.
Yeah, Divas offensive line starting to open up some big holes.
You got to think there's got to be a lot of fatigue on Pittsburgh. Many of these ladies play both sides on the offensive defensive line, as we were discussing earlier, and really been out there a lot. And the Divas sending so many fresh skill position players at them tonight. Different looks, different styles. Congialdi getting out of the pistol, again to Pope, going to the right side. Gets it stacked up around the 47, maybe a pickup of one. Looked like a bigger run at first than it will end up being there on the second and what was 5. Now it's coming up at third and 5.
Yeah, and you can really feel Amanda in this offense. Just really feels like they're very settled. They're not rushing. They're not pressing anything. They're taking their time. They're patient, taking what the defense gives them.
Congialdi out of this pistol again. She's got Pope in the backfield. Pressure on, and she's going to get sacked. Niedermeyer comes in and cleans it up. Caitlin Niedermeyer, they needed a play, and one of the big-time playmakers on the defensive line is able to make it for them. So that's going to bring a 4th down. The Divas will have to punt.
Well, great job coming around from the backside. Amanda, left-handed quarterback, didn't see her coming.
Divas will kick it away. 2:59 to go. And clock ticking in this third quarter. The Divas very much in control at this point. 48-22. So again, the Divas punter is Ashley Clark, number 27. Takes a snap. Oh, she shanks it. A little pressure on her, and Pittsburgh put on the rush, and Clark shanks it. I don't know. Wow, I don't know if she got it back to the line of scrimmage, to tell you the truth.
Dropped off the side of her foot. Just looked like a bad drop as she was going to kick that, and puts Pittsburgh in good position once again.
The ball was on the 46, I think, before that. And I think that's where it's going to end up maybe a half yard the other way. So it's like a half-yard punt. That might have been a 0 gain on the punt. Wow. So Pittsburgh gets what they wanted out of that with the pressure. And again, Angela Baker back in at quarterback, second series. And once again, the running back is Lakeitha Barrett, number 15. Low snap. Baker handles it, stands in the pocket, throws over the middle, and it's tipped and knocked away, incomplete. Walarski was the intended receiver. She just kind of punched it in the air. Good coverage by the Divas.
Good coverage, Davis, on that play.
But you see right there, play in the first half, before Baker was hurt, she usually probably at least run to the outside. She stood in the pocket that time.
Yeah, you'll definitely see her staying in the pocket now. She's not going to get out and really test that leg and run. I can't imagine. I mean, if she has to escape, she might. But she's going to intend to stay back there and use her arm.
Yeah. Walarski is with the group of trips to the right. Barrett's the lone back out of the pistol. Baker under pressure just throws it up in the air and almost a chance for an interception. But, again, the ball will drop incomplete. So it brings up a 3rd down and 10.
Great pressure by Tara Mason, one of our young rookies. Just doing a great job on the defensive line, picking up the defense, working hard, and every down player.
Yeah, I definitely see that Angela Baker she's wounded out there because she's not moving around like she normally does. She's taking those hits, and she has not tried to escape the pocket yet. See what they come up with here on 3rd and 10. Pittsburgh on the Divas side of the field at the 41-yard line. 2:20 to go in this third quarter play. Barrett again, the lone back, as Baker's out of the pistol. Trips to the right. He's going to drop back. Going to throw it over the middle of Meester, and overthrown incomplete.
Well, good coverage by the DC Divas defense there. Everyone doing their job.
Sure have to this point. Fourth down coming up. I don't know if the chain gang's figuring it out now.
And Pittsburgh will go for it.
Yeah, they've got to at this point. The Divas 41. No reason to punt the ball. So Angela Baker brings her team out of the huddle. She's in the pistol. Barrett, the back behind her. She's got two receivers on each side. Here's the snap. Baker back to pass. Again, straight drop. She just throws it up in the air, and it's going to be incomplete. Way over the head of her intended receiver, Crystal Kozo, her favorite target. Never really in danger, and you get to see how different of a player Baker is if you keep her in the pocket like that and she's not a threat to run.
Well, you're taking away one aspect of a tremendous athlete and a big part of their game. So, you know, we'll see the rest of this game what the deal is, but they're definitely better with her out there, regardless of the injury.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely brings more to the table than Prentice does, who had to come in there tonight. Did throw the touchdown pass to the short field, but, you know.
But hats off to Prentice for stepping in and really running that offense and doing what she had to do just to keep this Pittsburgh team here.
All right, so 1st and 10, Divas at their own 41. And we got whistles. So what do we have here?
Maybe 12 men on the field.
I think 12 Passion players on the field, you're correct. So 12 people on the field for the Passion. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. So ball will be moved up to the 46 of the Divas. So 1st and 5 coming up.
Well, that's one way to stop this offense.
Yeah, put 12 out there. Maybe. I don't know. I'd like to see them play to see what would happen. Handoff and breaking a tackle, coming to the 45 and tackled down at the 42-yard line.
Shelly Freeman showing her running skills.
Shelly Freeman back in the game. Saw a little bit of Freeman earlier. So Shelly Freeman with a nice pickup and a first down.
Divas doing a good job of getting all their backs in, getting their receivers a chance to play.
Amanda Congialdi out of the pistol with Freeman next to her, two receivers on each side. Low snap, gives it to Freeman. Freeman stutter steps, tries to go wide, stretches it out, and dives forward, maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. I think she does, so she saves it from being a loss. The clock keeps ticking. Looks like the Divas are okay just to kind of grind this one out a little bit now, work that clock, get into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and the Divas just working on what their pace is going to be, slowing the game down without huddling. You know, just getting into that nice, comfortable rhythm.
So again, Freeman alone back with Congialdi, and again, that gives to Freeman, coming to the right side this time. And there's a flag on the play, two flags on the play.
There's a couple holdings.
Yeah, a couple holds in the Divas. So this is going to be backed up as we're under a minute now in this quarter left, 54.9 to be exact, before the flags went everywhere. So that's going to back up the Divas. They're going to decline the penalty and keep it at 3rd and 10. Interesting. So the Passion don't want to push them back. They want to get the football back quickly as possible.
Well, just the way the Divas have moved the ball, it's tough. It's
a little
tough.
risky.
It's tough to defend them. I mean, they're attacking you from all angles.
Yeah.
They're very balanced right now.
Amanda Congialdi with Shelly Freeman in the backfield with her. She's working the play clock. She's down to 5, down to 4, and gets a snap off. She's going to throw it out in the near side flat to Freeman. Makes one player miss, gets it across, and gets a first down. Wow, Pittsburgh rolled the dice on not taking the penalty, and the Divas make them pay as Freeman gets it up to the 30-yard line.
Freeman just makes a move and sticks her foot in the ground and gets
12-yard
upfield.
Woo, what a run. 12-yard pickup. That was all Freeman, too, out there in that flat.
Yeah, and it looks like we've got big number 77, Niedermeyer, down. Up, see, you stick that foot.
Wow.
And, you know, 77 got tripped up by our own player who got turned around as we were running through the middle.
So 26.2 to go with an injury timeout. Teresa Kahn, the coach and the owner of the Pittsburgh Passion, comes out of the field to take a look at one of her more important players, Caitlin Niedermeyer.
Yeah, Niedermeyer, one of the superstars for Pittsburgh.
Defensive tackle, offensive guard as well. Of course, the Pittsburgh Passion, as we've been talking about throughout the broadcast, one of the great traditions, women's football as well, much like the Divas. Franco Harris, great Steeler, Hall of Famer, is one of the owners.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's had just a great organization, fun football team to play, competitive team, and just a great rivalry, and you see it again here tonight.
So out of the injury timeout, there'll be 26 seconds left in this quarter. The clock's going to start ticking, so the Divas don't have to snap the ball if they don't want to before the end of this quarter. And I think Ken Gialdi just gave the signal to the center not to snap it to Missy Bedwell. I think she just put her hand up the stop sign. She's going to walk over. She's aware of the clock. So that's going to do it for the third quarter. Oh, boy, what a quarter it was for the Divas.
They're still wondering, are they running that fake play like they did before? Is it the fake walk-off?
Right, Pittsburgh can't.
Not this time.
Not this time. They save that for when you need it. 48-22 as we switch sides, and we'll start the fourth quarter. 3 quarters in here, it's been all Divas. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Erasum, Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Also brought to you by Know Who. And also brought to you by Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. And brought to you by Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company. Brewed in Dover, Delaware, the official beer of the DC Divas. Drink responsibly. Get ready for the start of the fourth quarter. We got a 1st and 10 for the Divas from the Pittsburgh 30-yard line. We're joined by the owner, Rich Daniel. We'll call this play, and then we'll talk to Rich. Cangiali hands it off, and right side, got the 25, cuts up to the 20, and taken down at Shelly Freeman with a nice pickup. Shelly Freeman, I think, gets close to the first down. So, Rich, I was just saying this to Donna earlier. I said, as the first night of the owner, you couldn't have drawn this thing up any better for yourself so far.
That's that production planning session, that production planning session, right?
Let's get Rich on here so we can hear him. So, yeah, you couldn't have drawn it up any better tonight to have this kind of game for you.
It's a production planning session. It went well, and it's all working out.
We're going to issue with Rich's mic. We'll try to fix this up. All right, let's get this next play off. 2nd and 2, so that was an 8-yard pickup from Freeman. Oh, no, bad exchange, and the Passion look like they've got it. They do have it. So turnover by the Divas is about one of the only things that's gone wrong in the second half. So the Passion will take over on their own 24-yard line.
Well, this is the best field position they've had all night. Let's see if they can do something with it.
So the Passion able to get the turnover. And again, we'll see if Angela Baker comes back out. We got Rich back. Oh, there we go. There, we can hear you much better. I'm sorry. Go. You had a good line, and you practiced it twice. So I'll let you deliver it for the third time on how good this night's been for you as the owner.
Well, our production session has gone to a T, right? Whether you're producing a TV show or a live event or a game, the partnership with the St. James has really helped that happen. They've been outstanding in serving our needs and again, putting on the first ever event here has required a lot from all of us.
Yeah, it's been quite an event, and it looks like Kara Prentice, number 16, is now back in the game as Angela Baker gave it a go for a while, but obviously was a little bit compromised health-wise, and so they're going to go to the backup Prentice. And she's going to throw it out in the flat, and it's caught, and Malarski is going to get upfield to about the 28. It's about to pick up a 4. We got another injured Passion player. But, Rich, so you were the general manager of this franchise for many years. You had the opportunity to buy the team and become the owner. How different is your role now, do you feel, than it was when you were just the general manager?
Remarkably so. Today has been another education for me as to what to do when you're not doing what you used to do for 14 years in a row. I'm used to being on the field. I'm used to being in the action. I'm used to filming the games, which you guys are doing a great job of today, of course. And when you can't play the game, I mean, you're broadcasting, that brings you into it.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to play. Filming it was really my way of bringing it into being part of the team. So today, I've been part of a different family. I've been part of the sponsor family. I've been part of the fan family.
Sure.
I've been part of the operations family on our side. It's great to come up and visit with you. Obviously, we're hosting the Pittsburgh Passion, which are a longtime rival, but one of the great franchises in all of sport. And we're excited about them being here today, so hosting them has been a part of the focus. But putting a new family together, new coaching staff, 2/3 of the team are rookies and new to our organization. So to have all of these changes happen within a 5-month period has been, I'm very pleased today and remarkably surprised a bit at how well we've all handled that amount of change.
Yeah, it's been great. And Don and I were talking about this. Well, this facility is incredible. You not only did you have the right opponent for an opening night, your longtime rival, but then you put it on a stage like this is amazing.
So we're a dome team now, right?
Right. You're one of those indoor teams.
Yeah, right. After playing outside for so long, this
right.
is another thing to get used to in terms of the lights and how that interacts with passes. And just in terms of the environment of having this many fans this close to your sideline is a very different dynamic, and one that I think has brought super energy on the sidelines from not only the player interaction, but every time I've looked up into these stands, they're having a good time, and that's very pleasing to see.
Yeah, and boy, Pittsburgh's had some injuries tonight. Been a tough night for the Passion.
And that's number 74, Chelsea Hill, with a knee injury.
Yeah, you hate to see that. These games where it's getting away from you a little bit, then you start losing players as well. Again, Baker, at least she was able to come back in, but certainly was not the same player.
Well, and our defensive line is younger, I think more aggressive, and potentially I think could be one of the best defensive line groups to ever play for us. And so that has caused, obviously, a tough day for Baker and the backfield group there.
No doubt. And they've Donna was remarking in the open, and she's looked like a genius for pointing this out early, is the fact that you have so many skill position players that can come at you. We've kind of seen all of them in the arsenal tonight for the DC Divas as well.
Coach Dan Toretto, with the offensive coordinator role this year, has brought in some different looks and frankly has gotten more people involved in the offense from the passing side of it. And when you have a quarterback like Amanda Congialdi, you want to pass that ball around and spread it around, because we've got a lot of people that can catch it and then, as you've seen, do great things with it after they catch it.
And the running game has been really high level tonight, whether it's been Scott or Freeman or, pretty much pick a running back you could throw out there tonight. Pope made some big runs.
Yeah, it's an interesting backfield with different styles, but all of them have managed to be effective.
All right, 3rd and 7 here for Pittsburgh. Trying to get something going. Kara Prentice, again, a low snap. She's just got to throw it out, and does throw it to a receiver, but they're going to be shy of the first down. So good tackling by the Divas. Looks like Pittsburgh's going to send out the punting unit.
Well,
Completely changes the offense.
The challenge they have is they're going to have to throw the ball quick, and they're not going to be able to get long completions. They're going to have to rely on their players to make runs after the catch. And on this Divas defense, who is dialed in, that's going to be tough.
Well, Deasia Scott back to receive. Of course, the last punch she received, she took it to the house as she waits upon it. It's going to be Meester, again, punting.
Deasia is training as a professional boxer, and I'm looking forward to seeing her next fight. I saw that jab working out there tonight on some of those returns, right?
No doubt. Here's Meester's punt. High, but Scott's got some room, takes it up to the far side 45, gets a corner 50, 45 40, 35 30, down to the sideline, gets it into the 20, and going to be taken down around the 15-yard line, and they're going to get a late flag on the play. We'll see what that is, but big return again from Scott.
Yeah, just what a tremendous athlete. You see her explosion and quickness, how well she reads her blocks, allows things to get set up.
There's another look at it.
Kiana Ford there, beautifully set up, and then bam, coming back. Was that – I didn't catch that block. Did you see who that was? Great job of coming back, though, avoiding the penalty.
And what was the penalty on the play?
We're waiting to see. I think it might be going –
at the end of the run?
Yeah, at the end of the run. Is it coming back on the Divas? I'm not sure. They're talking to Divas players about it. Could be a block in the back on the Divas, late in the return. So it's most of the return will stand because it's a spot foul, but that'll take a little bit off of the return.
You know, that's the thing about Deasia Scott. You don't know when it's ever going to be over with her, right? From what angle. You need to hold those blocks, and she's a threat to score every time.
Stutter steps. I mean, she's really lulled some players to sleep tonight with the way she can stop and start so quickly. Got a little bit of Adrian Peterson, that stop-start. All right, so not too bad of a penalty because the Divas still well into Pittsburgh territory at the 27-yard line. And, again, the 48-22 advantage, 12-19 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Ashley Clark, the backup quarterback, getting her first chance to go tonight.
We're going to see a lot of reserves, I got a feeling, here at the end of this game. So Clark, number 27, in a quarterback. There's a new running back as well. There's the give, and that's going to get a couple yards.
And that's Harmony Buckman, Money as her nickname goes.
So Buckman now, the new running back, as we've seen, again, a lot of different personnel tonight for the Divas, showing off this depth.
Buckman is down.
Oh, no, Buckman just getting the game and now on the ground.
That's her first run ever as a football player.
Pope comes in. Going to help her up. She's going to have the trainer come out. So, Rich, what is it? We've been talking a lot to sponsors tonight. We talked to Colin Potzer, who's got an incredible story from Rossum, the COO. What is it? You kind of the vibe you've gotten from mixing and mingling tonight here as the owner of this franchise?
Well, from the fans' perspective, we have a very diverse crowd in terms of age. You see families, right? You see individuals here. You see a lot of people with smiles and having a good time, and that feels very good for us and obviously for them as well. The sidelines, I see great Diva interaction with a new team that is growing. I see people supporting each other, celebrating each other's successes, and really lifting their sisters up in a very positive way. And then when you look at and just back up from the whole, to have you here broadcasting the game today is an outstanding step forward. The partners that you mentioned, you know, we're in a medical timeout right now. I think this is the finest group of medical providers and partners that we have ever had in our team history. We put that as our first priority, frankly, is to take care of ourselves the best way we can and to try to treat these individuals as professional athletes who happen to be somebody's mom or sister or aunt. And go back to work on Monday or tomorrow, or might leave here and go back to work, honestly, after the game's over. Right?
And there's Ghost, our former O-line, picking her up and just carrying her off.
Great.
Outstanding, right?
Ghost Marfel.
Ghost Marfel, acting head coach today, doing a terrific job.
Ashley Clark hands it to Pope. Pope's going to try the left side, breaks a tackle, gets it across the 20, still on her feet, dives towards the 12-yard line. Big pickup there on the second down run.
It's the Pope Mobile.
Might have to steal that for the next broadcast.
Hey.
The Pope Mobile's rolling. I mean, again, it's pick a running back out of a hat tonight. It's not just Scott. Scott has been spectacular, but the backups have been really good too. So first down for the Divas in business, trying to go over the 50 mark tonight.
In its center right now, Missy Bedwell, 21-year veteran.
Donna had mentioned that earlier, and you just think about that for a second. 21 years in this sport. I mean, you got to love what you're doing.
When I see her, you talk about making a person smile. She makes me feel great when I see Missy Bedwell. She is a diva through and through, just a terrific person. And then, you know, as a teammate, to be on 21 teams, to be on 7 different franchises in that 21 years, and to be so welcomed and highly thought of all over the country.
So Divas get back to 5 yards after the penalty. First down marker would be at the 5, so they can get a first down before a touchdown. Hand off to Pope right up the middle. She's going to get stacked up after a gain of a couple.
Well, Hannah Damon is waiting for her. One of Pittsburgh's linebackers having a good game, but just not enough from Pittsburgh tonight.
No, I mean, this team, really that game turned quickly in the second after a real good back and forth in the first quarter. And here's Clark out of the pistol. She's going to pitch it over to Pope. Pope's got a lot of space out there. She's going to wait for a blocker and get close down to the first down mark. I think she's going to be about a yard or two shy. The ref's going to stop at the 7. It's going to bring him a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 for the Divas. So we're under 10 minutes in the fourth quarter. Got a 3rd and 2 now. The Divas can get a first, get it to be before they can get in the end zone. Pitch out. Pope running left, and there's going to be a flag. She was stacked up and short, but there was flags everywhere before that. I think they might get the Divas for a hold. We'll wait and see.
And Pittsburgh's got another player down.
Wow, Pittsburgh, it's been a tough night. Not only the scoreboard, but again with the personnel going out with injuries. So 9:33 to go, and another Pittsburgh player down with an injury. So tell us more, too, Rich, what you guys have. Oh, let's do this first.
Sure.
The last 5 games against Pittsburgh have been decided by a touchdown or less. So this is what they would say would be the outlier game.
Yes.
The big outlier game tonight.
Yes. It has been a great rivalry, and they have been so competitive. And as you see tonight, even with the score disparity, no quit in the Pittsburgh Passion whatsoever. They've been well coached over that time, and their organization has been one of the finest in the country with Teresa Kahn and Franco Harris.
Yeah, we were mentioning Franco. It's pretty cool.
So they have been a tremendous part of our league for many years, and again, thankful for their rivalry, thankful for the way that they approach the game, and thankful for the way that they, again, have done things so well for so long in a very, very tough environment, which is women's pro football.
We were noticing, too, walking around before the game, how many, areas of, beverage and, of course, food as well that you can get out here. There's a lot of options for fans that come out to games here at the St. James.
So there's a few other stadiums in our area that you might be familiar with.
Yes.
That when you walk into those and you try to buy a hot dog,
yes,
you're pulling out a $10 bill, a $20 bill before you know it, right? And here, thankfully, our hot dog's $3.
Yes.
The prices, there's nothing more than 10 on the menu. So that was a big deal for us to have that happen, much like they've done in Atlanta with the Falcons and Mercedes-Benz, right? And they found that they've sold more.
Yeah.
And they've made more. And certainly fans appreciate it, no doubt, and families do when it's not a $19, hot dog and drink combo.
Right. It's always been amazing to me that the movie theaters, hot dogs and things could cost so much more, or the sporting events, than just, going to your neighborhood convenience store.
Absolutely. So the amenities here, as you said, there are more amenities than there's ever been in any women's football game in the past. Anywhere we go in the country, there's no place that looks like this. This is the first one of its kind. They're building the second one of these in Chicago already, and they plan on 20 or more of them across the United States.
Wow.
So perhaps in the future we'll go to another city and play in one of these as well with a different team. But it's growing the sport. Anything that we can do well or better helps the whole. It's not just about us. It's about the whole league and the sport, and doing whatever we can to try to raise the bar. And being at the St. James absolutely does that, not only for us, but I think the entire league.
Yeah, no question about it. Again, I was telling Donna earlier, I'd known people that were working on this project when it was in progress and telling me all about it, and I was thinking, this place couldn't be that good. And then right when you drive up, immediately, no, it's better than what they told you it was going to be.
Yeah, the sign says, "Welcome to your best" over the front door.
They're not lying.
They're not kidding.
No, they're not. To the end zone, and does she pull it in? Yes, down to the one. Down to the one.
Yeah, what a great catch.
Good throw from Clark to Floor. Clark connects the floor at the 1. She didn't quite get in the end zone, but so Clark's first pass of the season is a good one, and it gets the Divas the first and goal to goal.
So Lexi was just named Pro Football Athlete of the Year, Female Pro Football Athlete of the Year in the state of Utah.
Wow.
1,000-seat banquet with other pro athletes from the state, so great recognition from her, and she just finished her Master's of Arts degree and came to town this week.
Been a busy week, and she's made a lot of plays tonight. Here's Pope right at the middle, and that's a Divas touchdown. We get the signal. So over the 50-point mark tonight, 54-22. Wow.
What an impressive start to this season for the DC Divas and this offense, running Captain Dan's West Coast, no huddle.
I call him Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan, Captain
right?
Dan.
Yeah.
Well, he's running this ship, and he's doing a great job.
It gets the ball to so many people.
Well, and that was just the design. You know, you put your receivers and you get them all crossing, moving in different places, in different zones on the field. You give your quarterback different places to go with it.
Here's Pope on the 2-point play, and she's going to come a little short. So,
yep.
2-point fall short, but 54-22, all Divas here with 8:45 to go in regulation. And it has been a heck of an opener. We're here with owner Rich Daniel. And Rich, the season, tell people too about getting tickets. Obviously, they're watching tonight on Facebook how to get out to the next game and how many more home games we're going to have here this year.
So we're looking forward to hosting the national champion Boston Renegades when they come in April 27th right here. The week after that, we'll be hosting Tampa Bay for the first time on May 4th, and we'll finish the regular season on May 25th against the Columbus. We hope the playoff game on June 29th that we will host that.
Right.
And the Super Bowl is July 13th in Denver this year. Broadcast partner yet to be determined. It's been on ESPN3 the last several years, so we'll see where it lands up this year. But we're excited about, again, having this opportunity here to host what I feel like after walking around today is more like a festival. It's more like almost a party atmosphere with a football game going on as well, right? And it's just a very unique day, and I'm thrilled that you all are here to be part of it and to show more people across the country, not only the DMV but all over the world, what's going on at the St. James and with the DC Divas.
Well, it's been a lot of fun here tonight, and couldn't have drawn it up any better for the Divas fans. Here goes Entwistle with the kick, deep one. She lulled us to sleep early with those squibs. Now she's pounded them.
And it comes off, you know, like it's lined
Rodriguez
up sideways on the tee. It has an odd way of coming off, making it very hard to field it.
Yeah, Rodriguez gets it out to about the 42-yard line. That's where Pittsburgh will start this drive. And see who the Passion send out there. This looks like backup quarterback Kiara Prentice is going to stay in the game.
This may be the longest tonight I've stood in one place. So it probably must be my cue to go at this point. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Donna, thanks for all your great work in 17 years of being the diva out in the community and being a Hall of Famer. And Scott,
hey, thanks, Rich.
Thrilled that you're able to join us
it's
too,
been
my
great.
friend. Thank you.
Enjoyed it. We'll see you again in a few weeks.
Look forward to it.
All right, Rich Daniel, owner of the DC Divas. Tell you what, first night as the owner, and they put it 55 for you, they must like him. Rich, longtime general manager and franchise, of course, been in the media in this market for many, many years as well. Oh, bad snap again. Boy, it's just been a comedy of errors, unfortunately, for Pittsburgh, and you got a feeling that they just like to get out of this building right now with the clock at 0.
Yeah, but this is the time where you really have to stay focused as a team when you're down, because if you get unfocused, that's where you get injuries, and they've already had a number of players going down tonight.
You're right. I mean, they've had really a lot of injuries here. This is latter half of this game, and with the snap exchange has been a huge problem all night too, and that was even going on before Baker was hurt. So here's the give up the middle, and that's going to be I think it's Brandy Polinick, number 29, who's the ball carrier. So Polinick gets some forward progress there. Gets back the yardage they lost in the previous play, or some of it, not all of it, but some of it. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and long for Pittsburgh as they actually have about 15 to go, 3rd and 15. Need to get to the Divas 47-yard line. You can really tell how this Pittsburgh offense, they were running A lot of action in that first quarter and had a lot of rhythm to it, and just since the injury to Baker have just fallen flat, and they're just having a hard time doing the basics right now.
Jasmine Claggett, big baby in on the tackle. It's tough to stop her. Claggett this year won a state lifting championship, deadlifting, but really has done a lot of work in the offseason, getting stronger, and she is a force to be reckoned with.
Well, Pittsburgh about to punt. And did you know the Divas will have a new front seven on defense? Only one player, we were just talking about it, returned from last season, and that was Claggett.
Mm-hmm. And those young players are doing a great job. Like Rich said, when you look at that defensive line, although they are all young, this could be one of the best defensive lines that we have put together on this team, and it's yet to be determined as the season goes, but from the start, they've got a lot of raw talent.
So clock ticking at 6:25. Meester's going to punt it away. End over end. Scott going to let it bounce. Oh, big Pittsburgh bounce, but here comes Scott. Near side 25. Got a blocker 30. Oh, boy, 35. She's got the corner 40. Waits for a blocker 50. 45. There's a flag down. I think it's going to come back. Boy, she is so exciting. DeAsia Scott, every time she touches the ball, something happens. Positive for the Divas. But I think this time we're going to get a block in the back, so it might come back.
Well, you can see how explosive this Divas team is, and we're always one play away from breaking it.
Yeah, it has been that kind of night. I mean, they've been electric every time, especially when number 4 gets the ball. But this time it's coming back, illegal block in the back. For the most part, it's been a pretty, for the Divas for their first game, what do you think? I think it's been pretty clean. They haven't had a lot of, procedure or offsides or the things you expect to see in an opening night.
Yeah, I think the offensive line has done a great job of not getting offsides. In fact, the entire team is doing a great job. Very limited penalties tonight, showing some discipline and focus. We work periods in practice where we just simply work on perfect plays and execution, and that's showing tonight.
I mean, you've had, what we just saw here, some blocks in the back, and you've had – a couple you had a horse collar and a thing like that. But again, the things that you would expect teams that haven't really played at a game rhythm to have, they have not had those, which is certainly a positive. So more Ashley Clark at quarterback. Trying to see, we got a new running back.
Freeman.
No, it's still Freeman. Okay, Freeman's back in the game. Number 8, Shelly Freeman. Give to Freeman. Freeman across the 30 is going to get pulled down to the 31. So Clark and Freeman probably going to be running the ball and trying to run this clock out. As the Divas with an impressive opening night, 54-22 right now on top.
Yeah, I think Coach Dan's going to want to run this ball, but he wants to give Clark a chance to throw the ball a little bit. She does have a really good arm coming in as a backup quarterback. She hasn't gotten as many reps in practice, so getting a good chance to see what she can do out here is going to be important for the team moving forward.
Well, and look, we saw it with Pittsburgh tonight. I mean, with the difference, you lose your one quarterback. If you don't have a backup that's ready to come in and run a similar style, I mean, it changes everything. Here comes Freeman, trying the right side, cuts upfield across the 35, gets knocked down at 36, and there's a flag on that play.
Couldn't tell what that flag came
I don't
from.
know
that
what it
was
was
a strange timing on a flag.
It was strange because it was kind of the end of the play. Be curious to see what this is. The Divas seem to be backing up. Yeah, it's going to be on the Divas, but maybe the flag was stuck in his pocket and he couldn't get it out quick enough. It's a big penalty, though. It's 10 yards. It must be a hold. Never saw the signal.
Looks like it was near the end of the play based on where the ball is being positioned.
Yeah, maybe it was somebody's cleaning up the play. They didn't like it. So that's going to bring up a second and long for the Divas. Second and 15. A little bit more than 15, actually 16, because they have to get to the 40-yard line. Divas now at their own 24. Clark takes the snap, hands it off to Freeman, coming to the near side, cuts it back the middle, and it's going to pull her way up to the 29. So it gets close back to the original line of scrimmage. So now 3rd and long, 3rd and 11 for the Divas. Clock ticking, coming down towards the 4:30 mark of this fourth quarter. The Divas in control, 54-22. Clark gets it out to Freeman. Freeman's going to have to beat a couple Pittsburgh players in her own. She's going to tuck it in. She just goes to the ground wisely and stays inbounds at the 32.
Gets herself out of trouble with that speed. Looks like she might be caught in the backfield and just able to get it past the line of scrimmage.
So 4th down coming up for the Divas, and looks like Clark, of course Clark punts, so she's going to stay in. Ashley Clark getting ready to punt it away. Under 4 minutes left. So the Divas back in action in 2 weeks here at home, as you heard Rich Daniels say, with Boston. And the Divas are going to burn a timeout. They didn't have. I think they had too many players in the field, so
trying to save a penalty.
Yeah, smart move. So you got to like what you've seen tonight. You checked a lot of boxes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is how you want to come out your first game in front of your home crowd in the brand new stadium, putting up a lot of points, executing on offense, series after series, really not taking their foot off the gas until this 4th quarter here. And it's something for the fans to see, and I think it sets a great tone for the season. Coming into next week against Boston, the national champions, we needed to have a good outing to get some confidence, to let some of these young players, get a feel for what we're doing as Divas, and I think we've done that tonight.
It was interesting. Rich Daniel mentioned something that I was curious to see tonight. How do the players handle the lighting? Nobody has a facility like this, playing indoors, and the footing and all those things, and it really looked like the skill position players for both sides didn't have really any issues. I don't know, maybe somebody will say later they lost one of the lights, but I think for the most part we haven't seen too many drops, and we've seen some pretty good execution.
Well, we practice here, so we get used to this and are getting used to the lights, and sometimes it gets caught, but when you're outside it gets caught in the sun. So any number of things during outside games that you might deal with as well.
So Ashley Clark getting ready to punt it away. Wolarski back deep for Pittsburgh with 3:45 to go. Here's Clark. She's going to hurry. Gets it away. Nice high punt. Wolarski comes under it at the 49. Makes one Diva miss, but goes backwards. The far side of the field. She's got the corner, the 45, and gets past the 50 into the 48. So a lot of running from Wolarski for basically a 4-yard return, essentially. So that's where the passion will start on the Divas 48 with 3:31 to go.
Hannah Damon coming in there, making sure she laid a late block on somebody.
Yep, she made one
watch
player miss.
Little crackback right here.
Yeah.
Boop.
Oh, yeah. Wow. How did that not happen? They didn't see that. So
timing was right as the play was being finished.
All right, so 3:31 left. Prentice, the quarterback for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh starter Angela Baker left in the second quarter, came back briefly in the third quarter for a couple series, and has stayed on the sideline ever since, with this game kind of away at this point. And there's a handoff to Barrett, and she's going to get stacked up after dancing around, getting back to the line of scrimmage, essentially, maybe a half a yard, if anything.
Yeah, and that's Becca Davis, rookie defensive end coming in.
So Pittsburgh, they're taking their time here. As we talked about before, I think at this point they just like to get out of here with no more injuries. They've had a lot of them rack up here in this football game and kind of live the fight another day at this point. So Kara Prentice out of the pistol. Lakita Barrett behind her. And there's a false start on Pittsburgh. Boy, they've had issues all night with their snaps and whether it's been low snaps, high snaps, or in this case, the count wrong.
Well, they'll have a week to regroup, to figure some things out, and to work on those snaps a little bit.
So the Divas are going to go to 14-5 all time against the Passion with this win tonight. And we mentioned earlier, these games are usually one score or less. Even last year's two games, 32-27 and 21-13, both one-score games. This one tonight, not even close.
Well, the difference with this Divas team versus last year is just our ability on offense to score. And the system we have in place puts us in position to score more points. than we could last year, and just quite honestly, the talent that we now have all across the board on our skill positions is unlike anything we had last year.
Prentice throws it out of the flat. It's tipped. She's under pressure. She gets knocked down as she throws it away. So incomplete. Here comes a third down coming up. So third down coming up, 2:18 to go. Well, you couldn't ask for a better performance for the Divas on their home opener to St. James. First of what they hope is many wins here at this building. Prentice to give. And taken down quickly by the Divas, brings up a fourth down. And that was our first
Sierra
look.
Skeen with her tackle.
Courtney Storer, first time we've seen her tonight. They're getting a lot of different players in as well for Pittsburgh at this point. Courtney Storer, number 2, the running back. And the Passion huddle up, and now they've decided, well, let's just punt it away.
Yeah, it's probably a good move at this point in the game.
Well, yeah, and again, you're just talking about the battle of attrition for the season. You know, they've already lost several players here tonight. You don't know what the severity of those injuries are, but just kind of get out of here with what you got left of your health. And whether it's 54 to 22 or 28, what's the difference? Oh, man. A lot of whistles. There's 1:21 on the clock. A lot of confusion. I think Pittsburgh didn't have enough players in the field. They might have had too many at one point. Delay a game. So that was the play clock had hit 0. So delay a game with 1:21 to go. Pittsburgh punting. Randy Polinick will handle the punting this time. I think it's Scott back. Bad snap, but Polinick gets it away. Scott's going to come up and let it hit at the 35. It's going to go towards, bounced off a Passion player, but covered up at the 35. So 1:10 to go. Divas can take a couple knees if they want, run a couple plays, see what they do. Here comes Ashley Clark once again as the quarterback.
Well, what a great night here in Springfield, Virginia. The fans all came out. What a great crowd. You got to give it up to them. Packed house. And they saw a great show tonight.
Sure did, Donna. I mean, this was, we're talking about figuring this is going to be a close game. We're going through all the things before the game, and to see the way the Divas really flipped this game in the second quarter and then just continue to keep the pedal to the metal in the third and fourth. Very impressive.
Yeah, it's going to set up a great matchup next week, the next game versus Boston here at the St. James.
Yeah, so 2 weeks away because next week, of course, Easter, so no game then. But, yeah, 2 weeks at home against Boston will be a game that we'll broadcast for you once again. And Clark's going to take the knee. And the clock will tick on down, so she'll have to take one more knee, and then that'll do it. But Divas got to be happy. 1-0 start. Pittsburgh will fall to 1-1. They, of course, won their opener last week against Cleveland.
Well, I played for 17 seasons, and I've never been as excited as I am about where the Divas are and where they are going as I am right now. What a great organization, great move forward, and great win tonight against a very talented Pittsburgh team.
Well, Donna, I mean, as you know, I mean, a lot of exciting things, but when you look at, you can't help but be excited when you walk in this building and see that they've invested in being part of what this franchise is doing too.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Well, like they said, be the best. And so we're working on being the best in what we do in every aspect, both on the field and off the field in the community. And that's one of the things that just really makes the Divas great.
And that'll do it. Clark takes one more knee. Divas, as the clock is going to tick down, going to win it. The opener, 54-22. Wow, 54-22. Divas win.
And they're about to get Coach Coach is about to get a bucket.
Uh-oh. Here it comes. I think Rich might get it too if he doesn't get out of the way. Oh, he blew it.
They're trying to get the bucket, but somebody got him out.
They're trying to chase Rich too. Rich is running. Who knew Rich had those kind of moves?
Oh, we'll just throw the whole bucket at you. Thank you, Rich.
That's the only thing that didn't go right tonight for the Divas, the failed Gatorade.
Hats off to Rich Daniel for doing such a great job with this team.
No doubt. Trying to get the referee. Oh, my goodness. Gatorade buckets there. So.
And to this storied franchise team, Franco Harris, all the owners, all the people involved.
Impressive night for the Divas. And, again, you couldn't ask for a better opener. 54-22, the final here at the St. James tonight. And, you know, I'm sure they'll find things to work on here in the next couple of weeks, Donna, but you got to feel good about this team, and we'll get a better feel for where they are in this league next, in 2 weeks, the next game when they play Boston.
Yeah, absolutely. Boston's going to be the team that we've got to beat, and so our test is set for us, and we're ready to go. So, folks, come on out. Check out the DC Divas. Check out women's football. It's a great show you don't want to miss.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But if you can't come out, you can watch us.
Watch us somewhere.
Which is good as well. But big one tonight for the Divas, 54-22. Saw a lot of offensive talent on display out here tonight at the St. James, a terrific facility if you haven't been out here yet. For Donna Wilkinson, I'm Scott Jackson saying so long for all of our DMV Stream crew. Until next time, Divas 54, Passion 22. Good night, everybody. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rossum, Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Also brought to you by Know Who. And also brought to you by Signal Financial Federal Credit Union. And brought to you by Fordham and Dominion Brewing Company. Brewed in Dover, Delaware, the official beer of the DC Divas. Drink responsibly.